Hello and welcome to Texas Motor Speedway tonight for today's running of the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Special Events Greg Biffle 2026 Tribute Race from the Texas Motor Speedway. So obviously it's all known. It's been maybe 2 weeks already at this point. And since unfortunately that tragic accident happened where we lost Greg Biffle and his wife and his two kids, unfortunately, and a few other people that were on board the plane as well. So this race, of course, is dedicated to all of them, and it is the official Greg Biffle tribute race for his 2026, the first edition of it. This season being run at the Texas Motor Speedway, but this race, of course, will be also used to honor and remember some of the other drivers that we lost, some of the other people around the NASCAR community that we lost, like Michael Annett, former Xfinity Series driver we lost early in December. We also lost Dennis Hamlin very recently, unfortunately. He was, of course, Denny Hamlin's father. And then, of course, we lost another ARCA driver, I believe. So it's been a very tragic time for the past, I guess, now month. We have lost a lot. There's been four separate. It's been awful. It really has been awful, but we'll honor and remember everyone tonight. You'll see all, especially the Greg Biffle tribute paint schemes on the racetrack as well tonight from Texas Motor Speedway. Of course, it is Legacy Texas Motor Speedway. We've never ran that in the league. This is only the second ever special event. The last one was over 500 days ago, early 2024 for the Indianapolis 500, so nearly coming up on 2 years ago. It was May of 2024, so obviously a lot has changed since then. More than we can even count, and we're excited to get this one underway tonight. It is NASCAR iRacing FedEx Special Events. We are back, and we are ready to go here from the Texas Motor Speedway tonight. Like we said, the Greg Biffle tribute race, but of course tributing a lot of other people that we lost recently tonight. Welcome live to Texas Motor Speedway. We of course have a half-hour warm-up session, so of course it's a special event. Obviously we haven't done one of these in so long, so nothing is awarded tonight. There's no points, no nothing. It's not. I guess you can say it's not an official series, but I don't know. I guess you can count it as an official series, but it's obviously a lot different. It's kind of more similar to what lobbies is, but you have to sign up for this, and it's more put together than lobbies. And there's only of course one every single night. And here comes the 71. Of course, the first Greg Biffle tribute car. It is the 71 of Cole Clausen. You got the Buckies on the race car, but of course, kind of throwing it back to Greg Biffle's, I think, 3M car, or whatever it was. And of course, one of his most iconic paint schemes that he ran as well. As Clausen heads through 3 and 4 here in Texas. All right, it's been a while since we were last here. Unfortunately, the day that we had our last race, of course, before the off week, was at Richmond with the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series a little bit ago. And unfortunately then, that was the day that we lost Greg Biffle. So this is the official put-together tribute race for him here at Texas, a racetrack he was so good at. Won multiple Cup races here, won that truck race back in, 2019. Came out of nowhere, came out of retirement and got victory in the Truck Series. That was so special then. And now we get to tribute him and honor and remember him here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight. Of course, we have the official Greg Biffle tribute logo on the bottom right side of your screen. That'll also be on some of the race cars here tonight. I believe Aiden Donahue might have it as well. And there's the one of Zane Roman pulling on the racetrack. Another Greg Biffle tribute car. This is one of his mid-2000s cars. You got the Greg Biffle number front on the one as he makes his way through 3 and 4 here at Texas. And there's Aiden Donahue in the 82 up the racetrack. As he heads down the front straightaway here in Texas. All right, Texas Motor Speedway, Legacy Texas Motor Speedway, of course. We've never been here in the league, first time we're doing it, and of course it is for lobbies. Oh my God, Clausen is just, all right. He's in the catch fence already. So we got, of course, it's a little bit different, I guess you can say, than the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. It's similar to the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Obviously, we're running the Gen 4 car tonight. like we do in the Cup Series. Oh, Clausen, all right. And then, like we said, we're running Gen 4 car. Obviously, we're going to see all these Biffle tribute paint schemes tonight. But race is going to be 200 laps tonight. We don't have our Cup Series versus Texas this season, so that is part of the reason we're doing this at Texas Motor Speedway tonight. 200 laps, no halfway break. Obviously, no points awarded. There's no points for anything. This isn't, I guess, official series. It's more like lobbies, which is more put together. It's only the second ever special event we're doing, and like I said, the first one in nearly 2 years. First one with NASCAR. Getting Donahue down the back straightaway here with Zane Rahman. Here comes the 33. That is Jacob Clarino, new paint scheme. He's been posting it throughout this week. Oh, and he's going to crash it already. Cole Clausen is still in the catch fence for some reason. And here comes Rahman in the one down the front straightaway. So you're not going to see the amount of drivers you usually see in the Cup Series tonight. It's a Friday, I guess. Usually on lobbies we get more drivers later in the night, so it's going to be won't be nobody here, but it'll be less than usual, I guess you can say. 22 minutes to go in this warm-up session. Obviously, in the Cup Series at Richmond, we got like 30-something cars. Same thing with, obviously, the Daytona 500. The NASCAR iRacing FedEx League officially returns for their official Grand National and Cup Series next week at Fontana. Of course, it's one of the more favorite races on the schedule, obviously. Oh, not obviously, I don't know why I said that. But, of course, once again, returning as a night race like it always has been for both Grand National and the Cup Series. And, of course, the first ever time the Cup Series will be running the Gen 4 car at Auto Club Speedway. Jeremiah Gauntlet on the racetrack in that 62 car. Unfortunately for Jeremiah, was just suspended for, I believe, the Cup Series, obviously, and I think the Grand National Series as well for a little bit. So this is going to be his last event for a little bit, at least in the league, unfortunately for him. So this is Texas. Legacy Texas Motor Speedway, of course. Place host to our second ever special event. 200 laps, 300 miles. Longest mile-and-a-half race I think we've ever done in the league. We usually only have 134 laps for mile-and-a-halves in the Cup Series. Obviously, this is being a special event. There's no halfway break, and there is none of that. All right, here we go. Cars pulling back on the track. Here in Texas. Here's Zane Rahman back in a 1 and 2. Of course, tonight, like you said, used to remember all of those that we've lost in the NASCAR community over the last month or so. I mean, it's honestly heartbreaking how many losses we've had lately. I've never seen this in my life, being part of this community. I mean, it's insane. I don't really know how this, I don't even know at this point. Luckily, a brand new year, 2026, 2025, last month, December, was brutal. I mean, through that, even my, I'm not going to get into it or anything, but my personal life was pretty brutal as well throughout that whole time. It was just not a good time. But hopefully we're off to bigger and better things here in 2026, including the league. It didn't go so well in Richmond, obviously. We got a little messy there, middle of the race. End of the race is pretty solid until they started crashing at the end for both, especially Grand National and the Cup Series as well. But we'll be back in Fontana next week looking for more redemption there. Back into 3 and 4 goes the 1 is Zane Rahman. So, of course, with it being off, obviously we had to take 2 weeks off. Unfortunately, we weren't going to do that, but Christmas and New Year's ruined that. We had, Christmas Eve on Wednesday, Christmas Day on Thursday, obviously. That's Grand National and Cup Series race days. And then the same thing with New Year's Eve and New Year's Day last week. So, yeah, it wasn't the best situation there, but luckily we have this special event tonight here in Texas for the Greg Biffle Tribute Race. Another new thing, of course, unlike anything else in the league, the rules for special events kind of fluctuate, like depends what we're doing. Like sometimes if we're doing a very long race, might have different rules if it's like a sprint or whatever. Might have different rules there. Tonight you get 1 reset. I think we had 2 in the Indy 500 almost 2 years ago. So you do get 1 tonight. There's not an official rule book. We just kind of go based off the Cup Series rule book, for the most part. And you do get 1 reset tonight, which obviously is a very luxurious thing. You only get that in lobbies. The only other thing you get that in, obviously, not any other action. So 1 reset, that could change the game here tonight. But we'll see how it goes. With being a longer race, not an official race, we decided to just give a reset for this one. I don't know why Cole Clausen's still in the fence. I don't really, maybe he's just getting something to eat. I don't know. Here comes Ethan McMillan down the back straightaway. Cool story with this race car. It is, I think Greg Biffle ran this car for his first ever Busch Series start back in 1996. McMillan actually gave that whole thing on his story, so I can pull that up real quick. Yeah, so he ran it back in 1996. It was planned for a few starts. I believe he raced his first race in Rockingham. And he ran it at Portland, which Ethan McMillan loves that racetrack. It's kind of, I think, by his hometown. So, I mean, Ethan McMillan always brings the most random throwbacks, and I love it. We'll see what he can do at Darlington this year. This is a good start. Of course, usually driving the 70 car in both full-time and Grand National, and then, of course, part-time whenever he races the Cup Series. Tonight, of course, in the 51. A little bit of a change for McMillan. Obviously a Greg Biffle tribute car. Here's the 95 that is Christian Erklotz. He's been around a part-time race in the Cup Series. Of course, he's got the Greg Biffle tribute logo on his race car. Pretty pronounced there. He gets back on a 1 and 2. So far, top of the board, Aiden Donahue. Christian Erklotz is second. Pretty good time for him. Maddox Beard is third. There's Cole Clausen now finally back on the track officially. Here comes Richard Cheery down the front straightaway in that 29 car. Cheery could be a pretty solid pick for a win tonight, I would think. Goes on the bottom, back through 1 and 2. Side by side, there is Jeremiah Gauntly and CJ. Oh, Gauntly gonna get loose. Of course, Gauntly's got that number font, Greg Biffle style. CJ's got the Greg Biffle 16 on his front end. Here is Pace and Lindsay. He's got their Greg Biffle number font on the roof of the race car, so that's pretty unique. Cole Wilson, I don't think, is doing anything for whatever reason. Maybe he's got the tribute logo on his race car. I'm not really sure if we can get a better angle at it. I don't think he does. Wow, Cole Wilson, all right. And Donahue back at a 1 and 2. Here's Erklotz again. Of course, cars are flying around down the backstretch here at Texas. Got a crash. That was Max Beard, I believe, involved with Cole Clausen, of all people. And around goes C.J. Herman and Pace and Lindsay. About halfway through this warm-up session. Of course, we got 2 laps qualifying coming up later, and then, of course, the 200-lap race, 300 miles around Texas Motor Speedway. Of course, Legacy Texas races are a lot different than New Texas. You can actually run multiple lanes here at Old Texas. New Texas, it's pretty stupid. There's a reason we running this tonight, and it could be a candidate for a Cup Series track next season. We'll have to see. Bit of a test run tonight for that, even though we're already talking about next season. We're only 2 races in to Season 5 of the Cup Series. I mean, I don't know how to explain it because, well, Daytona was fantastic. We had that, probably the largest crash I've ever seen in my life. Not saying that's good or anything, but on the final lap of the Daytona 500. Oh my God, you can go back and look at it. Unbelievable. Richmond, the racing was fantastic. Unfortunately, got a little bit messy at times. We're looking for a really good showing. We're so excited for both Grand National and Cup at Fontana next week. Oh, and the wall goes 18 to Maddox Beard. Unfortunately, the suspension list and the penalty list was pretty long after Richmond, and multiple suspensions in the Cup Series, and most notably including your Daytona 500 winner Bryce Benton caused a lot of chaos in Richmond, and also Connor Asbell was suspended for a race. So Connor Asbell won at Fontana last season, so he will not be able to defend his race win. He'll actually be in the booth with me in Fontana, so he's still going to be at the racetrack. We don't ban him from just showing up to anything. We're not that mean. We just can't race. Payson Lindsay goes top of the board here. It's Aiden Donahue now moves down to second. So you still can see Cameron Chandler on the track. John Butler goes top of the board. That's a good lap by the 09 car. Really impressive. John Butler's had a pretty bad 2 races to start off his Season 5 Cup Series campaign this year. Looking at turn around in Fontana, where he finished pretty well there last season. Of course, there was some big news that we were going to talk about more in the Cup. We'll talk about more next week. Of course, there was a driver swap over at ATR. Trenton Wilkin moves down to Grand National, and Jacob Malone moves back up to the Cup Series. And the Cup Series grid is absolutely stout for the rest of the season. It is going to be insane to try to even just make the chase, the top 10. Butler is doing blank. Of course, he's made the playoffs, old playoffs, last 2 years in the Cup Series. It'll be a big challenge, I think, for him to make the chase, though, this year. We'll see what he can do, though. Here is Jacob Quayle on the racetrack for the first time today. He runs the outside through 3 and 4. Malone, I think, going to be in this race tonight, most likely. And back into 1 and 2 goes Quayle. All right. Oh, and the wall goes Jeremiah Gauntlet in the 62, and now he's going to spin it. Oh, another big shot into the fence. All right. Here comes C.J. Urban now down the back straightaway in that 94 car. It's a beautiful day here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight. A beautiful night for some tribute racing for Greg Biffle and his family, and of course everybody else that we've lost in the NASCAR community recently. Oh, and the 18-matic Spear nearly goes around. All right, just getting started with about 12 minutes to go before qualifying gets underway here in Texas. Here's once again Jacob Cleary now back on 1 and 2. Now Cameron Chandler finally pulling onto the racetrack in that 8 car. Cameron, I believe, has the. I don't know where it went. He had the Greg Biffle tribute sticker on his race car in Richmond. Oh, there there it is. It's on the door actually. You can see it. It's pretty small, but you can see it there. It's right next to the Monster Energy logo, I believe. Oh, he's in the wall. And the wall here down the front straightaway. All right. Of course, Texas, there actually isn't lights at Texas Motor Speedway and iRacing. Legacy Texas, at least, New Texas does have lights. I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So you can see you can run the outside, run the middle groove here at Old Texas. It's more like an actual mile and a half, not like whatever the hell they gave us now. Yeah, Texas is just a really, really screwed up track now. I don't really understand it. It's just, I don't know. It's really dumb, to be honest. Obviously produces pure chaos all the time and not really good racing. Oh, full crossing at the racetrack, but Legacy Texas is a little bit of a different story. In the early productions of the Cup Series schedule this season, Texas was originally supposed to be on the calendar, but ultimately it was cut for another track. We'll see what it does tonight, and maybe it can make his return most likely to Legacy now in Season 6 coming. And here comes Cameron Chandler down the front straightaway in that 8 machine. So far, top of the board, Payson Lindsay. Maddox Beer really good second. Aiden Donahue all the way back in 6th. He was top of the board for a while. Kind of really just fell off after that. I believe Aiden's on the racetrack right now. Here is Lindsay in the 99. A little bit loose, now heading down this front straightaway. So lots of cars tributing, of course, Greg Biffle tonight. I believe we have probably most of the field here. Maybe a couple of cars that don't have anything on their race cars. Tom Hughes now rolls back on the racetrack in that 82 car. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be seeing Matthew White tonight. He's originally supposed to be obviously in this race like he always is in everything in the league. Been here since the very beginning. I'm having a bit of a personal issue. I won't obviously say what it is, but prayers up to him and his family. Here is the 71 of Cole Foster. Alright, so just looking around a little bit here at Texas. I think it's a good time to ride along with Richard Cherry for a battle lap. I'll just look along inside the race car. So he gets back in the 3 and 4. Oh, he's loose in the wall, and now he's going to basically crash. And that lap is over. Alright. So it is very easy to lose the race car here at Texas, especially with this Gen 4 car. Right along now with Cole Wilson, I guess. Let's see what he does. Oh, he's loose as well. My goodness. Wilson all the way back down at 12th. Oh my God, somebody in the middle of the racetrack there. That is going to kind of ruin his lap, I believe. Oh, we have another crash there. I believe that was John Butler. In the wall again. All right. Not a very fortunate lap there for Cole Wilson, to say the least. Absolutely flying around here in Texas. He gets what, 195 down the back straightaway at a mile and a half like Texas. It's pretty insane. All right. Hot, humid day. Well, not humid. It's Texas. What am I saying? It's hot day here in Texas Motor Speedway. Sun's out. Some clouds in the sky. Cars in the wall. There goes Zane Vermont. And 95 at Hartplatz is round as well. Oh my God, into the wall hard goes Erdman with Cole Wilson in the 22. John Butler back in the 3 and 4 in the 09 machine. The 62 of Jeremiah Gauntly and the E1 Zane Vermont. Just about 5 minutes to go here in Texas. The wall goes Gauntly on the back straightaway. Now he's almost going to go around. We'll save it though. Of course, it is a relatively long race tonight, 200 laps. You will need to pit this one, but of course there is a reset. Oh, and now Payson Lindsay. Oh my goodness, hard on the wall down the front straightaway. And that 9, oh man, he just got absolutely ran through. Gets rammed. Here's Herklots around as well into the wall. Oh, more hits. All around here in Texas. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. On some of these cars here on pit road. 4:20 to go before the qualifying session gets underway. We got Payson Lindsay just running straight to the back of the 94 of Erdman. All right. So, yeah, obviously, like I said, there's not going to be 30-something cars in this field like there usually is in the Cup Series. It's Random Friday. It's 9:30 at night. Still hopefully looking for a decent-sized grid. Here comes the 9 of Bryce Benton on the racetrack. And then iRacing paint scheme. When he first showed us this paint scheme, it looked like just a basic, like, I don't know, I thought Trading Paints broke or something, but no, it's actually supposed to be like this. Side back at a 1 and 2 for Payson Lindsay in the 94 of Erdman. Unfortunately, the next time Bryce is going to be able to show off his car in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series, he's going to be at Sonoma after his Fontana suspension. 2 cars around. So, of course, obviously he's suspended after what happened in Richmond. I mean, pretty interesting way to start off your season. You win your first ever Cup race, it being the Daytona 500 a couple of weeks ago, and then, of course, you get suspended into Fontana, and you flip at the end of the race, finishing outside, I don't even know where he finished. Pretty bad, obviously. That last lap, terrible crash, where he rolled over on his side a little bit. So, yeah, it's been an interesting time for Bryce, and now he's suspended for Fontana, so I don't really know what the season has so far. He's going to lose a lot of points, unfortunately, in Fontana. He's going to have to hope for bad luck for some of those drivers. We're going to a road course next where he's pretty good at Sonoma. Can anyone beat Matthew White at Sonoma? Looking for 3 straight wins there. Matthew White has never lost a Cup Series race at Sonoma Raceway. Minute 50 seconds to go. Here in this warm-up session in Texas. As they roll their way down the front stretch. Ooh, Aiden Donahue in the wall a little bit. He gets ever so slightly loose. There's the 29 that is Cherry ahead of him. And the 33 of Jacob Lorino. Chandler ahead of these guys. Oh, getting loose. And now going around hard on the wall goes Cherry down the backstretch. And Payson Lindsay just going to go to clean him out as well. And oh, here comes Zane Ramon. Oh. It is better than every other series besides lobbies where you get nothing. No resets at all. All right. Coming close to the end of this warm-up session, about 30-something seconds to go. David Donahue ripping the boards here in the 82. On the 5 Herclots. Oh, we got 2 cars in the wall. Oh my goodness. You got Erdman. All right. And that should just about do it. All right. Qualifying is coming up here in Texas. Of course, 2 laps to qualify, as always. And here we go. Cars pulling on track. There goes Erdman. There is the 95. That is Christian Herklotz. And Cameron Chandler now heading down the back straightaway. So, of course, 2 laps to do it, as always, on these 1.5 miles. It's going to go for the pole. Who's going to win the pole for tonight's Greg Biffle tribute race? Honoring and remembering everyone that we lost recently in the NASCAR community. Here we go in qualifying. And C.J. Ehrman going to go down the front straightaway to start his lap. 95 there on the bottom as well. Here's the 99 Jason Lindsay pulling on the racetrack. 6'2 Jeremiah Gauntly. The 8 of Cameron Chandler could be a favor for pole now, heading down the front straightaway. The 1, that is Ethan McMillan. You got the 1 is Zane Roman on the bottom of the racetrack. There's Jake Quayle in the 14. The 71, that's the Cole Clausen machine, a little bit slow, heading down the front straightaway here. Ehrman back in a 1 and 2. So you can run multiple different lines. See Ehrman actually running up to the outside. I don't know if that's going to be a good qualifying lap, though. Here's Cherry. Quayle so far top of the board. Clausen is second. Here's Roman down the front straightaway across the line. McMillan now goes third. Roman doesn't put down a time yet. Gauntly goes second, so we'll see if we get improvements on lap 2. Cameron Chandler slides, and he heads down the back straightaway. Lindsay is fourth. Was really good in practice. Here is Jake Quayle across the line, currently top of the board. Can he improve? I don't think he did. Yes, he did actually a little bit. Just updated. Oh, lost him at the wall there. He is third. Here comes Gauntly in the 62. Across the line. To a second, and he improves, but barely off pole now. Still a lot of cars left to go. Herklotz to the top of the board. Good lap for him. Cameron Chandler back into 3 and 4. Off turn 4 he goes, now heading down the front stretch here in Texas. What is this lap going to look like for Cameron? Will he go fastest? I don't know why it's not updating for Cameron. Not really sure. Doesn't have a qualifying time yet. So not really sure what's going on there. You got someone just went over the line. It was Cherry, he's fourth. Still on a lap time. He's still get to see now who's Bryce Benson on the racetrack. Haven't seen Donnie. You're not really sure what's going on with Cameron's lap times. As he heads through 1 and 2. Here's the 18 of Mannix Beard on the bottom. The 1 of Roman through pit road. The 99, if that's paced Lindsay. You got the 71 of Cole Clausen on his roof. Cherry now goes top of the war here late in the going. Cameron, I don't really know what happens. Doesn't look like he's going to put down a time for some reason. There's Mannix Beard. Here comes Bryce Benson in the 9 down the front straightaway. Benson starts his lap. On the bottom through 1 and 2. Here's the 18 of Beard. Still yet to see Aiden Donahue. Quayle is fourth. Beard is now third. A lot of cars electing not to qualify for whatever reason. Here comes Bryce Benson across the line. What is it going to be? Bryce is fourth. 30 seconds to go. Cherry on provisional pole. And I think he's going to win it. Because Cameron's not on a lap here. I think Richard Cherry here going to be on pole in Texas. I believe. Unless something changes. Yeah, there's no one else on the racetrack right now. Interesting to see, like, 6 cars not elect to qualify here for some reason. All right. Here we go in Texas. This is the Greg Biffle Tribute Race tonight. We are very, very excited for this one. Welcome live to Texas Motor Speedway for the Greg Biffle Tribute Race. So let's go over the top 10. Of course, Richard Cherry starting on pole tonight. To his outside, great qualifying effort. I mean, it helped out by a lot of drivers not electing to qualify for whatever reason. Going to be Christian Herklotz in the 95. Starting in row number 2 will be Mannix Beard. To his outside, going to be the 9 of Bryce Benton. Jacob Quayle, Jeremiah Gauntly starting 5th and 6th. Cole Clausen, Payson Lindsay 7th, 8th. Zanderman and Ethan McElwain round at your top 10. Get the rest of the field on the left side of your screen. Obviously, it's a special event, so, and it's on a random day, so not a ton of cars tonight. Probably, what, half of the Cup Series? Well, that's less than half of the Cup Series grid, usually. It looks like a dual race from a few weeks ago in Daytona, but to be expected. But of course, tonight is a special one. We, of course, honor and remember all of the new, especially Greg Biffle and his family. That's what the race name is, of course, the Greg Biffle Tribute Race, and of course, we're especially remembering and honoring everyone that we lost in the NASCAR community as of late. And this race is dedicated to all of them. 200 laps, 300 miles, no halfway break. I'll have to choose going down the front straightaway under cautions if we have any tonight. I would assume we would have some at least. I mean, it's a 200 lap race with stock cars, so, you know. See how tonight goes here in Texas. All right, car's gonna roll off of pit road. We will have a real quick. Cars will roll down pit road. We do this when there's green flag pit stops that are going to be involved in the race, just to make sure everybody's good. All right. Here we go in Texas. Wait, of course, go single file, and they'll roll down pit road here under caution. Texas Motor Speedway. Not exactly sure what the fuel window is going to be. It's going to be probably about like 45 or so laps, I would think. 45, maybe 50 laps here at Texas. Should be around that area, 55 maybe. Expect maybe 3 green flag pit stops tonight if it ran a lot of green. Maybe 3 to 4 pit stops in this race. You have 5 sets of tires available on pit road. Tires are going to be pretty important tonight. Cars are going to be loose. Important to get to your box cleanly, especially under green. Importantly, it's going to be important to get to your. I don't know what pace it, Lindsay. Okay, well, that's not really allowed. We don't have a rule. We don't have any penalty against not going down pit road. 3 of them just didn't do it for some reason. It's the 3 questionable. These guys are all involved with each other. Yeah, that makes sense. Just refusing to do it for some reason doesn't really hurt you or anything. Not doing, actually doing it. I mean, you're still it's not like you're going to be able to race sooner or get any other spots. I don't really understand that. All right, protesting against it, I guess. Nice try. All right, here we go. Ready for 200 laps in Texas for the Greg Biffle Tribute Race. Car's actually not on the grid for some reason. John Butler and Cole Wilson. Butler had a connection issue, so we'll see what happens there. He's currently not on the racetrack. Chandler going to start all the way back in 14, I believe. All right, so a pretty small grid tonight, unfortunately, especially with some other cars unfortunately having these connection issues. But the base car is in. This is for Greg Biffle and everyone that we have lost recently. Let's go racing tonight. Here we go from Legacy, Texas, 200 laps, just like the Biff would love, and he's been so good at this racetrack in the past. Green flag in the air. We're racing in Texas. Off turn 4, Cherry leads. You got Maddox Beard second there. 3 wide, further back a little bit, and the wall goes Christian Herklotz falling back early. Oh! Hard of the wall, and what are they doing? I don't know what Jacob Plurino was thinking. And the caution is out already. Oh my God, he's on his side. He just turned across Payson Lindsay's nose. And that is not the time. Well, I don't know why we're wrecking already on lap 1. That is unfortunate. Let's see what happens. It looks like he just turned across his nose. I don't really know what that was. Oh my goodness, he got in the grass. Oh, and that just turns him. Wow, that's a mistake you just cannot make. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's ride along here with Payson. Actually, we're going to ride along with Clary now. Payson goes up the racetrack. Clarino gets in the bottom of him. Just completely runs through the grass and then loses it. That was all in Clarino, unfortunately. I don't know what he was doing. That is unfortunate to do on lap 1. Obviously, if they do get a reset, that is going to be the saving grace of these two. But no more resets now throughout the rest of the race, so that's it for them. Clarino here going to pull in, and it's going to magically fix itself. Luckily for him, you only get one of those, so Payson's going to have to get that, obviously. We're under caution already here in Texas on lap 3. They were pretty chaotic at the start, to be honest, in the back. I mean, it all got started with Herklotz getting a really bad start and then just rushing up the racetrack. So yeah, we're under caution already on lap 4. Here comes Pace and Lindsay down pit road. A couple other cars as well is hitting. So hopefully this race doesn't turn into a caution fest. If it turns into a caution fest with 14 cars tonight, that's going to be pretty embarrassing. I'll be honest. It's understandable what we had. Well, it's not actually understandable, but it's more reasonable, even though it's not really reasonable at all, what we had at Richmond last week with 35 cars on the racetrack. And a short track. But we'll see what we get tonight in Texas. Ready to caution out lap 4. I doubt it's going to be like that, but we'll see. Cars are definitely hard to drive, but I don't really understand what Jacob Clarino was doing there. Here comes Pace and Lindsay with his one faster pair now. Got to be careful with that. Now can't afford anything else tonight. Come with the shoes this time by. All right, here we go. Choose. Cheery goes inside. Beard now got to go outside. See 2 cars go low there. Back anyways, he didn't really choose there, but you really can't get penalized because he's running last anyways. All right, we're gonna restart on lap 6. Let's try this again. Everyone reset. Fortunately now for Cheery or Lindsay and Clarino, that's their only resets. I gotta be really careful now, more careful than anyone else in the field throughout the rest of this race. Can't afford anything else. So originally there was supposed to be 16 cars in this race. I don't know what happened to 2 of them. They blinked out. So now there's only 14 left running. Very, very small grid tonight. I mean, it is a Friday. There's usually nothing going on in Friday's League unless it's lobbies. It's the first ever special event in over a year, about a year and a half, nearly 2 years actually at this point. 2024 Indianapolis 500 was the day before the real-life Indy 500 that year. Pace cars in again. Here we go in Texas on lap number 6 as we go back to green. Richard Cheery goes away really nicely now. Bryce Spencer to the inside of his teammate Max Beard, immediately going to clear him. Got the 62 of Jeremiah Gauntly up there as well as they head back through 1 and 2 in Texas. Gauntly is loose in that 62. Oh, a car got loose on the wrecking again. My goodness. Zane Ramon actually saves it, but he's got big front-end damage, and they got to be careful here. Oh, Clarino gets nearly put on the wall by the 95 of Herklotz. No caution. I believe we're going to stay green. My goodness, they cannot be doing that already. We got a battle now for the race lead. Here's the 9 of Bryce Spencer to the outside of the 29 of Rich Cheery. Sorry about that voice crack. And here comes Maddox Beard as well to the inside now. Benson to the outside of the 29 of Cherry as they head back through 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead between 2 Team Chevy Motor Club teammates. as they head down the front straightaway, door to door. Back through 1 and 2. Herklot's already on pit road. I don't understand what was going on back there. They just lost it again. Gauntlet got loose. He's still in third, though. They are still door to door here down the backstretch of the 3 and 4. Early in the race, they can't afford those issues like that. They want to have a shot at the win later. Here comes Benton to the outside, and he clears. Cheery off corner exit, and your new leader, Bryce Benton, out front on lap 9 in Texas. Jeremiah Gauntlet trying to push the bumper, crush through the bumper of the 29 of Cheery here. They battle for P2. Ooh, a little bit of a slide there out of the 62 machine. Got a battle back here. That's the 8 of Cameron Chandler, I'm sorry, to the inside of the 94 of CJ Erdman. Got Payson Lindsay, of course, just took that reset. Got to be really careful now. Him and Clarino nearly got cleaned out there. Clarino as well. I thought he was done. But luckily he makes it through. And now Chandler battling with Beard for 5th. That is his new teammate. And he's going to go to the outside here. Nothing you can really do at New Texas with that, but you can obviously do that at Old Texas as they head down the back straightaway. Chandler clearing to 5th place. Behind Aiden Donahue. Ooh, there's Payson Lindsay washing way up the racetrack to the door of the 94 of Erdman. Now Erdman gets loose in front of Jacob Quayle. He has to lift a little bit, and here comes Quayle down the front straightaway. Side by side now between Maddox Beard and trying to fight back on his teammate. Here comes the 99 of Payson Lindsay, the 3rd Team Chevy Motor Club car up in this battle. And then the other one, the 4th one, is actually leading the race, and I believe Cheery as well. They have a 5th car in this race. 2nd. Herklot's back on the racetrack at a lap down. Only need a caution flag. Does currently, though, have the free pass. But a pretty chaotic one. A pretty exciting one. Only now 12 laps into Texas. Here comes Lindsay. We run on his teammate Cameron Chandler. Moving to the inside here for what is 5th place. Lindsay ran well in Richmond. Just got some unfortunate luck in the Cup Series. He slides again. Oh, Maddox Beard at a moment. He nearly lost that race car. Defensive line back into 3 and 4 for Cameron Chandler. Moves up the racetrack. Gonna have a run on Aiden Donahue here for 4th. He's gonna move to the inside, side by side down the front straightaway again. What a run by Cameron. In the P4 he goes, but outside, of course, wears out your tires quicker than the inside lane, and Donahue looking to play conservative so far tonight. Now Cameron Chandler for 3rd place to the inside of Jeremiah Gauntlet. Trying to make it a T-Team seam 1, 2, 3. And he will do that. Clears that 62 car, and now Aiden Donahue working on Jeremiah. Gauntlet, though, back to the inside on Cameron Chandler. Side by side, and he actually will get there. Back through 1 and 2. Really solid racing so far up front in Texas. Door to door for 3rd. Oh, Gauntlet, the 62 had a moment at the lift a little bit. Now, look at Payson Lindsay to the outside of the 82 of Donnie. Now to the inside for 2nd goes Cameron on Cheery. Really solid performance so far being shown by Cameron Chandler. And now, look at Gauntlet all over the back bumper of Cheery in the 29 car. And Cheery falling back already. Back in 4th place he goes. Starter on pole. On lap 15 at Texas Motor Speedway. Here comes Lindsay now to the outside of his teammate. Now Cheery back to 5th. Obviously, very long race tonight. No halfway break either. We got to save your stuff. Could be a strategy call we're seeing out of Rich Cheery. Still, though, Bryce Benton leads by 0.2 of a second over his teammate Cameron Chandler, who just moved into 2nd place. On lap 15 at Texas Motor Speedway. Cameron trying to run down his teammate Bryce. Benton, not really known for the long runs. Cameron, I don't know, he somewhat is, but he's also pretty good on the short run. Side by side here down the back straightaway between CJ Erdman and Jacob Quayle for 8th place. Here we go. Payson Lindsay slides his way to the inside of Gauntlet. He has to lift a little bit, falls back to 4th. Now Cheery all the way back in 5th, watches the battle. And Aiden Donahue running in 6th place. A little bit of a moment there for Payson Lindsay as they head down the back straightaway. Cars are starting to slide around. We knew these cars would be loose here at Texas tonight, showing in the sun. here comes Cheery now trying to retake 4th place away from his teammate Lindsay. He is there. They're side by side, back through 1 and 2. Mason's going to run the outside. Would have good momentum coming off corner exit if he can just hold it side by side with Cheery. He's just going to be able to do that. Oh, Gauntly had a moment, nearly lost the race car. Now he's got lost momentum with these two coming side by side behind him. Lindsay up the racetrack, Cheery as well. They both slide up the racetrack. Here comes Donahue trying to get into the battle. Gauntly has been really, really loose. Still, though, somehow holds on to 3rd place. But Lindsay is to his bumper and to the outside for P3. Battle lead's starting to heat up as well. Oh my goodness! Gauntly's loose, and now once again, Cheery to the inside. We've got a battle for the lead side by side between teammates Chandler and Benton. Back through 3 and 4. Chandler has to lift a little bit. Gauntly still holding on the 3rd, but now Cheery is inside Lindsay, losing spots there. They have a 4-car battle for P3. They are door-to-door, 2 lanes deep, back at a 1 and 2. Into Donahue on the inside of the 62. Gauntly is not giving up. Now 3 wide. Donahue moves to the bottom, goes 3 wide on the bottom. Carp links. Back into 3 and 4. Oh, Lindsay in the wall hard. That's hard contact for this Gen 4 car. Can't be doing that too much. And now Gauntly slides up ahead of him. Maddox Beard is loose. Lindsay has to almost back out of it, but he's not. He's going to go 3 wide middle. Oh my goodness, Gauntly nearly crashes. Lindsay's got no more resets left. I would be careful if I was him, but he's not. Lord. Oh, he's going to back out of it. Oh, my goodness, in the wall again. And they're wrecking. Around goes Gauntly. Around goes Quail. Caution is out for the 2nd time tonight. That was bound to happen. My goodness. They are racing hard. Luckily, not too much damage for either of these guys, and we'll see what happens. Some different angles to bring out our 2nd caution of the day. Wow. So you have Gauntly there in the 62. He got to the bumper of Lindsay. Payson just got him loose. Yeah, they make contact, and then he hooks Quail. Luckily, Quail backs it down and doesn't slide up into the traffic. That could have been really bad. It's right along with Jeremiah Gauntly. Lap 21, the caution is out. Riding with Gauntly, 29 car. So yeah, Payson gets a little bit tight, moves up the racetrack, and hooks him. There they go. Wow. Well, I don't even know what to call this race at this point. It's been a pretty insane one. Christian Urquhart gets the free pass. I'm not really sure what happened to Ethan McMillan all of a sudden. Here they go. Cars are pitting. No, Benson stays out. Oh my god, they're crashing! Teammates crash on pit road. Around goes Cheery. Maddox Beard had contact as well, and Cheery is sitting here, and he's going to lose a lot of spots. Wow, you're a pole sitter. Don't see that every day, especially between teammates. And McMillan is, I believe, out of the race. I don't know what happened to him. Just randomly disconnected for some reason. Some cars, of course, bring their way to pit road. Teammates had a wreck on pit road. Obviously, like I said, don't see that every day. But we're under caution for the 2nd time tonight on lap 23. Still, obviously, a long ways to go in this one. And off pit road, first is going to be Beard, second going to be Erdman. So about 6 or 7 cars stay out.
Hey, Ethan.
Dylan Banks, where'd you come from?
I had to come out of retirement.
All right, well, welcome to the booth. I don't know how you got here.
I got my ways.
You even know what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, it's the Greg Biffle tribute race at Legacy, Texas.
Yep.
How could I forget?
All right.
As
well,
Richard Cheery gets wrecked on pit road.
Yep, that was. I don't know what they were doing there. Those 2 teammates from TCMC. For the choose. All right. So yeah, Dylan, why aren't you on the racetrack right now? You should be.
I retired, bro.
I think
I retired for all of summer. Hey, if the money's right, I'll have to come back. But since my last race at FedEx for the season 4 Cup Series at Homestead, I have not been on the sim at all. I haven't done any race.
Wow. Full retirement. Well, we'll see if we can bring you back maybe sometime in the future. Never know.
Yeah, I told Cam if we go back to racing a real car, then I would
Well,
definitely join back. But
yeah, about that.
you know, you know how that goes.
We'll see. I don't know. Anything change. I didn't expect this Gen 4 car to be in the league, so you never know.
Hey, it's good, man. I have no beef towards the Gen 4. I just like the next gen way more.
Yeah.
You know that.
Yeah, I know. As we get ready for this restart, going to be teammates Cameron Chandler and Bryce Benton here in the front row. Been having a good battle tonight. Pace car is back in, and they are side by side. We're going to restart on lap 25 here in Texas. Green flag back in the air. Good restart by Bryce. He's going to clear Cameron. Now look at it in Donahue in the 82 to the inside for second place on the bottom of Cameron Chandler. Side by side, back through 1 and 2. Door to door. You're now heading down the back straightaway once again. There, almost thought they were 3 wide in the back for a second. It's been pretty chaotic. Back maybe third on back all day long. Door to door, back into 3 and 4 though between Cameron Chandler and Aiden Donahue. We got a car there, 4 wide actually, through 3 and 4. Oh my goodness, Cole Clausen, he puts Pace and Lindsay in the wall. Somehow they don't crash, my God. That could have been really bad. As they head back into 1 and 2. There's Cameron up the racetrack. He's trying to get a run on Donahue. He's gonna fall back a little bit. Actually loses a lot of time, slides around a little bit. Maybe looking for momentum down the back straightaway, but doesn't have too much. Now here is
Ethan, I heard they got 5 sets of tires for 200 laps. It's pretty interesting to see those guys pit so early for tires like that, especially knowing you only have that many sets for that long of a distance, you know?
I mean, yeah, we saw now fresh tires coming through the field, obviously, with Pace and Lindsay. We saw 4 or 5 guys stay out. Obviously saving a set of tires. Here is Lindsay. Look at those fresh tires just on the outside. He's just going to roll around Cameron Chandler easily. And same thing with Richard Cherry. So Lindsay, the first car on fresh tires right now.
Yeah, those tires are, I'm telling you, you get a fresh set of Goodyears on that bad boy, you're going to be ripping through the field. But you get a caution in 10 to 15 laps, and those other guys take a set of tires, you're either going to have to take a set of tires or you're just going to have to eat it and fall to the back. So it's a big strategy call.
Yeah, got to take advantage of them early, and just like Pace and Lindsay is doing right now for second place on the outside of Aiden Donahue, he will clear him now down the back straightaway, looking for the race lead on his teammate Benton. What a run on fresh tires through the field for Pace and Lindsay. He is to the inside of Benton, will now take the lead for the first time today. New leader, Pace and Lindsay in Texas. And he now leads, and second goes Benton. Third place now being contested with the 29 of Cheery, and then the other TCMC car on fresh tires, the 18 of Maddox Beard as well. And Cameron Chandler continues to fall back to the field.
Ethan, hasn't Pace and Lindsay just about been in every wreck tonight?
Somehow he saved. He was kind of in that second crash. He got destroyed in the first one. Luckily, he has a reset. He took that already, though, so he's down to nothing. Same thing with Jacob Clarino. So, yeah, gonna have to be careful.
That's typical Pace and Lindsay, though. Pace and Lindsay's always finding himself in some sort of trouble, but I mean, hey, he's rebounding pretty good, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, fresh tires, obviously, but Pace the lead here. And now Cameron Chandler falls way back up into now 9th. Yeah, but speaking of on Pace and Lindsay, he hasn't gotten himself suspended yet in the Cup Series. Only been 2 races now.
Yet.
But he's got a 1.3-second lead.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. And I will say, I was in the voice call with Richard Cherry and Aiden Donahue and them on that last pit stop. And Richard Cherry was not happy about getting wrecked on pit road. I don't know what happened, but I seen him get spun out. Some other guy get spun out.
Yeah,
But yeah, he was not happy.
That was his teammate Maddox Beard. It was a weird, awkward moment that just came together. So teammates on pit road crashing each other, not something you really see every day. And now that they're battling here again.
What happened at ETR?
With what? Oh.
Yeah, what happened with ETR? Everybody's civil at ETR.
We don't talk about Daytona Grand National this season. Let's just not speak of that. Oh, here we go to the inside. These are the two that just wrecked each other on pit road. Maddox Beard now on his teammate Cherry. I don't think we'll see any retaliation on the racetrack for something like that. Cheery just lets him go. Now Bryce Benson under fire on old tires. He's going to wash up the racetrack, and here comes C.J. Erdman back to his inside. Very interesting to see how these old tires fall back and the new tires come through the field so quickly like this. It mixes up the whole field for now. Donahue now battling these cars on older tires. Bryce Benson, Aiden Donahue. Eventually they're going to get to more of a less of an advantage for those newer tires, obviously. To get more even, but that time is not right now. Cameron Chandler falls back to 8th. There's Clarina running in 9th, and Herklotz, oh my God! Nearly crashes down the front straightaway, runs 10th.
This is a chaotic race. It's going to be a chaotic 200 laps, I can tell you that.
I know, we only got 14 cars in the field as well, so.
Yeah, and only 170 more laps.
Yeah. Same amount of.
But I would. I will say though, and also, Ethan, I'm happy that the FedEx family has come together and doing such a good tribute race to such a good person. Greg Biffle is such a good person on and off the track. All the things he did for living in North Carolina, all the things he did for all the hurricane victims out here. He was a great person, and it's always the good people that get taken away too early. But definitely happy for all the FedEx family to come together and tribute such a good guy in this race. Means a lot.
Yeah, of course. Greg was just an incredible person, like you said. He was also paying tribute to Michael and Nat. Of course, we lost earlier in December.
Exactly.
We also lost, unfortunately, we also lost Dennis Hamlin, Denny Hamlin's dad. We also lost, I forget his name, but it was another ARCA driver. It's been a really unfortunate last month. It's been so tragic.
It has, man. And it wasn't no better for my family as well. 2 deaths over Christmas in the family. So it's something about December, man. Rough time of the year for everybody. And it sucks. It's my favorite time of the year. I love this time of year. But yeah, I'm happy and grateful to see everybody come together like they do, for sure.
Well, yeah, Dylan, of course, sorry for your loss. It's very unfortunate to see. It's just been not a very good month, but we're all, of course, here to tribute everyone that we lost.
That's right. That's right.
Lap 38 underway here at Texas Motor Speedway tonight. Track that Greg Biffle, of course, was so good at. Won multiple Cup races here. Won that truck race back in 2019, just out of retirement. And we're here tonight. All these Biffle tribute paint schemes on the racetrack. We also got a battle starting to eat up for the lead. Maddox Beard is running down Payson Lindsay. He's having a really impressive night. He's, of course, a rookie in the Cup Series this season. Was full-time, what was the old Xfinity Series last year, and running in second.
I'm gonna say this right now, Ethan. We're on lap 40.
Yeah.
I don't know the fuel amount or how many laps they can go on fuel, but this might have been a really smart strategy call by the guys that took that set of tires on the last pit stop, because they get out there with those fresh tires and they build up a lead like that. They're gonna pull away, and if it stays green, they're gonna, as long as they execute on pit road and they come out nicely, they're gonna have a huge gap over those guys that stayed out right there, for sure. I mean, look at Payson Lindsay. They've got a 3-second gap over third, or 4-second gap over third place right now.
Sherry gets around Urban. Yeah, what one of you going to say? Oh, yeah. So, of course, green flag running going to be really, really important with this whole strategy. Now to the inside goes Jacob Quill, aggressively, the rookie in the Cup Series this season on the 94 of C. German. Dylan, you never actually raced with Jacob Quill. He made it through the Speed Week system where you have a couple of starts and you're able to race right away full-time in the Cup Series. So, brand new to the league, but he's been pretty solid this season so far.
I have raced with Jacob Quill, actually. Jacob Quill is very fast, very talented guy, for sure. He reminds me of a lot of Matthew White.
Do you mean Jacob Quill?
Yes, Jacob Quill.
Well, okay, funny
Quill?
story. We have a Jacob Quill in the league, too.
Yeah, I haven't met Jacob Quill, but I do know of Jacob Quill.
Yeah, Jacob Quill also was full-time in the Cup Series this season. So,
yes, I do know Jacob Quill. Jacob Quill is very talented. He reminds me a lot of Matthew White in that regard. Like, I wouldn't say hot lap hero. Matthew White knows what he's doing, but they just have the raw speed that a lot of guys don't have. They can go out there and they can prepare themselves and run a great qualifying lap and still be able to hold on the whole run. They're just, I'll give it to them, very talented. A lot of raw speed with Matthew White and Jacob Biffle. I feel like they're pretty similar in my eyes, my perspective.
Yeah, battle for the lead. Oh, they're going to catch a lap car in the worst possible spot. Zane Rahman. Battle for the lead, though, side by side on lap 43. How about Maddox Beard ran down on the same exact strategy, ran down his teammate Payson Lindsay, having such an impressive day there, side by side, down the front straightaway for the lead of this race.
Yeah, I mean, you see it, though. I mean, Payson Lindsay, he's up there running the top. And,
in the wall.
Yeah, it's really quick on the short run, but you stay out there like Payson Lindsay has. I feel like he's just burning him up, and he's just putting himself in a bind here.
He also had a moment there, got loose, and now gives up the lead. How about new leader, Maddox Beard? What a run he's having so far tonight. Really impressed. Oh, God, Zane Rahman way off the race, off the pace, I should say. And, oh, God. Hopefully they just drive around him nice and clean.
Yeah, Zane Rahmanoodle's not having the best race, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't really ever had a great race, to be honest, but no offense, Zane. Anyways, here's Aiden Donahue running in 6th.
It looks like he's got a broken toe link or something not right with that car.
Yeah, I don't really know. He's way off the pace, though. I don't know why he didn't take his reset. Here's Cameron Chandler running back now in 9th. Burklott's had an issue. He's now 6 laps down. I believe he's out of the race. Wow. Now 3 cars out of it. McMillan for no reason. Gauntly for no reason. Herklotz for no reason.
Yeah, those guys that took that set of tires on that last pit stop, they're loving what they are seeing right now. They're wanting this thing to stay green for as long as possible.
Yeah, and obviously no guaranteed cautions in this race tonight. We already had 2 for cause, but this race theoretically could run green for another 150 or so laps.
Wow, there was no competition caution at lap 16?
Huh?
For Greg Biffle.
Oh, I never thought of that. I was going to try to do something. I was going to do the 3 wide thing, but we're doing 5 wide next week at Fontana, so that wouldn't really make sense. Well, we also did 3 wide at Richmond last week, so I wouldn't do that. I didn't think of that, actually. Oh, we got a car in pit road, Payson Lindsay.
Yeah, but Payson Lindsay, he probably popped a tire with the way he was running up there that high line.
Yeah, the only driver that usually pops tires is Cole Wilson for some reason. Oh, he's going to miss his... No, he made his box. All right, I think. Yep, Jeremiah Gauntly is still here, but he's on the pit road right now. So McMillan is back on the racetrack as well, but he is 26 laps down.
Ethan, do you know the amount of laps
they
get per tank?
Hang on, Cole Clausen, what were you saying?
Do you know how many laps they get per tank, just about? Do you know?
I think the fuel window's lap 45 to 50, something around that.
It's about 45 to 50 laps.
I think so. I don't really fully know. I didn't actually check because I'm lazy. We got a battle here now. Look at Cole Clausen. Cole Clausen's actually 2 laps down for some reason. I think he pitted. Yeah, he pitted. All right. I was gonna say. Urban just brought up the pit road as well. So green flag pit stops for the first time today starting to happen.
Yeah, well, Maddox Beard is loving what he's seeing right now, that's for sure. He's got over a 4-second lead over second place right now with those newer set of tires. And that just goes to show you how much those tires mean. You get out there and you get the lead, you just pull away from those guys that stayed out.
I thought Cherry was about to lose it on the front straightaway. He was sideways. Now he lets fresh tires go. I mean, you're seeing how much tires matter over the only about like 20 laps old for Cherry here, and Foster just drives straight around him.
Yeah, the tires mean a lot, man, especially on a hot, slick track like Texas with the old pavement and all. Yeah, the tires mean a lot.
Here's Payson Lindsay. Look at that. Payson Lindsay just, it looks like everybody else is standing still. be the story of the night, I would think. All right, here's Maddox Beard, though, still leading. Lawson has been in the wall a couple times, even though he's on fresh tires. Aiden Donahue, been quiet tonight, runs fifth. And on pit road, we have a car pitting there is Cameron Chandler to his box. Gonna probably take as much fuel as he needs in tires. Yeah, a driver like Pace and Lindsay, he was on pit road on lap 2 because he got destroyed to take his reset. He was also on pit road under caution, I believe. Then he just pitted before. I don't know how many tire sets. He used at least 2 tire sets now, I think. I don't think
Yeah,
he
he's
used 3.
definitely at a disadvantage for sure.
Yeah.
Every set of tires matters, but best case scenario for him is this thing stays green. He gets a caution, especially, well, if he beat the lucky dog or whatever. He still got lucky dogs in this series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He'd be the lucky dog right now, but I can guarantee you he don't want to see a caution right now, that's for sure, because he wouldn't be able to pit for tires. I mean, you got 150 laps to go. We're not even halfway in this race, and if he's already used 2 sets of tires, he's already almost halfway out of his tires, so he's just going to have to bite the bullet and I hope there's not a caution, pray there's not a caution.
Here comes Bryce
Now,
Benson.
Those guys like Aiden Donahue and all those guys, whether in the top 5 and top 10 right now, they are praying for a caution, especially 6 seconds back of the leader right now. It's just, I feel like they're trying to wait it out, and stay out as long as they can to hope for a caution at this point.
Yeah, Aiden is yet to pit in this race entirely. And now he's pitting now, just like as we say that. Oh, gotta be careful not to speed. That looked a little hot. And he brings it to pit road, though, in the 82 car. Cameron Chandler just
Ethan,
pitted.
you have a way of seeing black flags, don't you?
I don't know. Not really. I mean, if they serve their penalty, that's when I kind of know.
We'll find out.
Yeah. Under green is especially a time you don't need a pit road speeding penalty in this race. Here comes Aiden off pit road in the 82 car. Cameron Chandler, this is for position. Cameron, there's Price as well, and here comes Donahue back up to speed. Hopefully for him, penalty free there on pit road, but it looked a little bit hot coming up to his pit stall.
Hey man, you got to get all you can get. They gain the most times on pit road, so you got to get all you can get. I don't blame them at all.
Yeah, but I mean, especially early in the race, there's even if you do get a penalty, you get a caution. There's still time to recover. A mistake like that late in the race would be absolutely detrimental to your finish.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you still got 140 laps to go at this point, so we're still not even halfway in this race. So, yeah, anything that happens right now, you still got time to come back from. But let's just say 20 laps, 30 laps to go or whatever. It's going to be pretty hard to come back.
Florino takes the most conservative approach to pit road under green I've ever seen in my life. Just pitting, what did he pitted off? He pitted down the back straightaway, I think.
Hey, that's okay, man. It's better to be safe than sorry, right?
I guess. That loses you a lot of time.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Maddox Beard still leading in Texas, but he's actually getting caught now by Richard Cherry. Of course, speaking of Maddox, made the Xfinity Series playoffs last season. Of course, moves full-time to the Cup Series, got rewarded with that full-time opportunity at Team Chevy Motor Club. He has been swallowed up by all the Cup Series veterans so far this year, unfortunately for him, but really having a good experience tonight in Texas. It's kind of the experience you need, because you have some really good Cup guys like in this race, like Aiden Donahue, Cameron Chandler, Bryce Benton, Payson Lindsay, but it's obviously not the magnitude of what you usually get in the Cup Series. We don't have guys like Jacob Quill, Jacob Malone, guys like that in this race tonight.
Matthew White.
Yeah, oh yeah, I forgot about Matthew White. He was actually going to be in this race, but of course, once again, prayers up to Matthew White. I won't say what's going on, but prayers up to him and his family.
That's right. Prayers to him.
Unfortunately, we've had to give up a lot of prayers lately for all this. Really, I mean, luckily, thank God, I didn't have any losses personally myself over the last month, but personally for me, it hasn't been the best month. But
yeah, it's been pretty rough for everybody, I feel like.
I've seen it everywhere. Even Christmas didn't feel like Christmas. For me, at least.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Not wrong, man.
Well, hopefully, we're looking to bigger and better things in 2026, and the year of healing.
That's right.
Side by side, Zainerman, he almost died a couple of times trying to get out of the way for the leaders. Now he's back on pace for some reason. He's loose on the outside. Side by side with Cheery. Still a long ways to go in this race. Of course, mile and a half races in the Cup Series are usually 134 laps. This one, 200. This is the same length as the Charlotte 600, to put it in perspective, for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Here's Bryce Benton slipping around Jake Quayle. This is not for position. Quayle is on the lead lap. Benton is not. Of course, Benton pitted. Quayle has not yet under the green flag cycle. Aiden Donahue, same sort of situation there. And Cameron Chandler. All right, Dylan, I don't know how much, if you've watched any of the league so far this season, have you?
I've watched, I think a little bit of the Daytona race, but other than that, I don't think I have.
All right, but I don't know. I don't know. Like, we're only 2 races into the season, but maybe give us your top 3 if you know all the most of the drivers at least. Top 3 maybe this season to watch out for the rest of the year.
For the Cup Series, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, God, there's so many talent. There's so much talent in the Cup Series. It'd be like nearly impossible to give a top 3. I mean, you got Jacob Quill, Matthew White, Cam Chandler, Aiden Donahue. Oh my God, dude. I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah, it is.
I could give you maybe like a top 10.
Okay, sure. Why not?
The Cup Series is definitely stacked this year, and I'm happy to see all the faces in the Cup Series. I mean, you still got guys like Braden Hunsaker in there, right?
Yeah, defending series champion.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's so much talent. It'd nearly be impossible to give a top 3 guys to watch out for, because it could be any of those guys on a daily basis to go in there and win a race. But y'all are doing a great job with all series this year, and I think it's going to be a bloodbath this year, in a good way, not a bad way. I think it's going to be it's going to be a war all season long, because so much talent. Any of those guys can win on a daily basis, and they're going to go out there and they're going to give it their all. I mean, you got guys like Jacob Malone in there too. I mean, I could literally go on and on. The list is long.
I mean, yeah, Bryce
Very
Benson
long.
won the Daytona 500. Maddox Beard got in the wall. He's your leader.
Absolutely.
There's only 10 drivers to make the chase, of course, now.
Yeah, it's gonna be war. I'm gonna go and say that right now. You got to be on your P's and Q's every race of the season. One mistake and that could be your season. So, but yeah, I'm very, very excited to see how the season's going to play out.
Oh,
With all the talent in this league, it's going to be awesome to watch.
for the lead, Richard Cherry, your new leader. Of course, Cherry, once again, full-time in the Grand National Series this season, passes Maddox Beard, his teammate, and now has the lead. Beard, older tires, he's gonna pit. All right, here comes the 18, bringing it to pit road.
Yeah, what a job Richard Cherry's done. And he's on the same set, right? Same set of tires?
Yeah, he is.
And passing a guy with newer tires?
Well, no, it's the same exact same set, but he ran him down from 4 seconds behind.
Yeah, I mean, that's impressive. I think Richard Cherry's doing a very, very good job of managing his stuff. I mean, yeah, he's going to give up a little bit of time here to those guys that did pit, and he's eventually going to get passed again if he doesn't pit. But he's doing a fantastic job right now of managing his stuff and staying out as long. The best case scenario especially for this long of a race is just stay out as long as you can and manage your stuff.
Oh,
he means so much.
He just about crashed in front of Cameron Chandler. My God. Speaking of him, I don't want a commentator's curse here.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Wow.
I think he got him a little arrow loose.
Yeah, Cameron goes around him. He unlaps himself. We have 5 cars now on the lead lap. Jacob Quayle. Oh, we got a car in the wall. Payson Lindsay. What happened to Payson Lindsay? And remember, he already took his reset. We got to look real quick what happened to the 99 car. He is slow on the back straightaway. So watching here with the 99 of Lindsay by himself in the middle. Oh, overcorrects it into the wall. And the wall again on the inside. Wow. That's something you can't do while running by yourself, only on lap 74, and he has got big damage. Front end of that car.
It might be a night ender for him.
Wow.
Oh God.
Now
Yeah, that was a massive hit.
Oh, here comes Cherry. On the pit road. All right, you also got the 9 of Benton, the 82 of Aiden Donahue, the 8 of Cameron Chandler as well. Got Benton now just took the lead because Cherry pitted. Donahue going to be in second. Chandler rolls into third. Cherry should roll off here now. Going to be a battle here for fourth between him and Jacob Quayle. You got Maddox Beer running back there. Same thing with Cole Clausen. Lindsay on pit road now. He is 8th. The field is starting to kind of thin up here now.
Well, I mean, there goes that man. Bryce Benton to the lead. Bryce Benton and Aiden Donahue. I think they both had a very, very quiet night, but that just goes to show you their talent and how good they are. I mean, they've had a very quiet night, but look at where they are now, 1 and 2.
As they're starting to battle for the lead, 0.2 of a second between Benton and Donahue. For some reason, I'm telling myself we're racing to the halfway break tonight, but we're obviously not. So I'm just so used to it.
It's the FedEx lobbies, man. It's not the normal Cup Series.
Of course, nothing on the line tonight. That's why there's I don't want to say basically no cars in this race, but there's not a lot of cars.
This
is less than we got in a dual race. So they head down the back straightaway.
You also don't have that pressure on you. You just go out there and have fun. Yeah. You don't have to worry about points and finishing good. You just go out there, run your race, and have fun. So that's the fun thing about these races, because I can promise you, from my experience alone, being in the Cup Series for FedEx, it was stressful because you had to go out there every race and you had to do good because there's a lot of talented guys in the league, and you mess up one race and it could backfire and it could put you in a really bad spot for the rest of the year. So you just want to go out there and make the best of what you got.
Yeah, of course. This is the first special event we've officially had in nearly 2 years. Last one was an IndyCar race in Indianapolis, the full-length Indy 500 that we had back in 2024. Ooh. That was brutal.
Man.
That was absolutely brutal. We had about 2 cars running at the end of the race. Coming to lap 80 this time by in Texas. There's Cameron Chandler running in third. Maddox Beer runs fourth. Jacob Quayle having a quiet night but solid night in 5th place. How about Cole Clausen just taking advantage of the nonstop issues with everyone else? Cherry's now 3 laps down. What has happened to Richard Cherry?
Oh, Lord. Oh, he might have had a speeding penalty.
Oh my goodness. McMillan back on the racetrack. Wow.
Yeah, that could be a night ender for Cheery being 3 laps down.
I don't even know where he is.
Especially with Zane Ramanoodles being ahead of him 2 laps down.
Cheery disconnected, Payson disconnected, but they're only, what, 6 cars in the lead lap right now. Lap
Wow,
80.
what happened to Cheery?
I don't really know. I mean, we can real quick try to look at this.
He might have had a speeding penalty if I had to take a guess.
Let's see. So here's Cheery. Back on 1 and 2 he goes. He's on the rope. All right. He just got downed. I don't really know.
Interesting.
Okay, well, Cherry's gone. Now this leaves, what, 5 competitive cars?
Oh, no. He might have blinked out. He might have lagged out.
Is that what happens?
I think so. The way it just cut like that, I think he lagged out.
Wow, we saw that with Cole Wilson earlier. Oh, no, not Cole Wilson. John Butler before the race even started. Cole Wilson just decided to down himself. He was hungry. He needed to eat some food, so he decided to leave.
So he's decided to be a big back.
Yep.
Yeah.
He didn't even have a Greg Biffle tribute sticker on the race car either. It was unbelievable.
Oh, my. Unbelievable, dude.
I know. As they head back to 1 and 2.
Going off topic here, Ethan, I know you're very excited for the NFL playoffs to start, aren't you?
Yeah, go Birds.
I hope the Birds play the Packers round 1 so we can get our revenge on y'all from last year.
Revenge?
Yeah, we lost to y'all last year.
Yeah, I know. Well, you lost to us this year. Well, you lost to us twice last year, and then lost again this year.
Yeah, and I remember when the Bears beat y'all down too. Y'all remember that?
Yeah, I don't really know what. I don't know. Patullo.
They ran down y'all's throat that game, dude.
Now we decided that we're good again. I think, at least. Just beat the Bills. I
know how much y'all love y'all's offensive coordinator.
Oh yeah, I mean we didn't.
Kevin Patullo.
Yeah, there's a reason his house got egged.
To be honest, man, I hope the Eagles do good, but I actually want to play the Bears round 1. I want to get back on the Bears. The Packers are just so injured.
Yeah, I mean, is Jordan Love even
our whole
fine
team?
now?
Yeah, he's got a concussion, but Micah Parsons tore his ACL.
I know. Just like Mahomes.
Yep, the same day too.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's just our whole team's injured, so whatever happens now happens. So we're not the same team we were.
I
with
mean,
all
yeah,
those
they
injuries. I think half the team is injured.
Yeah, 7 seed, I think, also. So no home games. Wow.
All I'm going to say is A.J. Brown and Saquon Barkley better score me some fantasy points this week.
Oh, we'll try. What? This week? Oh, sorry to tell you.
They're going to rest their starters.
Yeah. So we got a Tanner
That's
McKee
right.
game coming up. Can't wait.
I don't know. But y'all are still fighting for...
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what
Nick
Sirianni's doing right now.
Y'all are still fighting. Y'all could be a lower seed. Y'all want to be as high as a seed as y'all can.
If we get the 2 seed, we play the Packers. So
y'all have to win, and the Bears have to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Bears beat y'all. They had the tiebreaker. I hope the Bears win, and I hope we play the Bears, to be honest with you. I hate the Bears.
If we just didn't lose to the damn Giants for some reason this season, we wouldn't be in this position. If Kevin Patullo had a brain, we would be the #1 seed easily this season.
Yeah, I hate the Bears. Just as much, the Bears are like my most hated team, just like the Cowboys are for you. Like the Bears are the Cowboys, pretty much. Terrible, hate them. But I will say, if there's any team that I don't like because they're fans, it's Philadelphia. I hate Philadelphia fans. They're terrible.
Nice
They always
try.
want to start. They want to start fights with everybody, and they always talk mad junk to everybody.
I mean, I can't save them.
They make them look bad.
Yeah, they. I mean, I don't really help, to be honest. So. Oh my god. All right. Anyways, we're on lap 90 here in Texas. Not even.
Yeah,
Oh my.
Let's get back on topic.
All right, Bryce Benson got a 5-10 second lead over Aiden Donahue running in second. These two could be two strong contenders throughout the rest of this race.
Yeah, the FedEx fans out there are probably like, "Will these guys stop talking about football and get back to racing?"
Yeah, I mean, half of them probably don't know what's going on. Cameron Chandler, if he's watching, he knows absolutely no ball. He knows absolutely no ball. He thinks the Baltimore Ravens are the best team in existence. It's not true at all.
Yeah, they beat us last week, but our half our team was out. So yeah, but half our team was out.
The best they could be is 9-8. Though.
Yeah, well, hey, they can still, if they win, they beat the Steelers this week. They make the playoffs.
Speaking about Cameron, he just got passed by Jacob Quayle and is back to fifth.
Yeah, Cameron Chandler's had a pretty quiet night.
Yeah. Cole Clausen now runs in sixth, but 2 laps down. Perfect situation now for Cole Clausen as he drives up on these fresh tires to unlap himself, and then he gets a caution. That's what he needs. But I don't know if we're going to even get a caution in this race coming up because, I mean, what? How many cars are left running on the track? 8? That's a little scary. Maybe 200 laps is a little bit too long for a special event. Well, we did 200 laps in Indianapolis, so I don't know. Maybe they're just, I guess special events are just supposed to be long. Anyways.
Yeah, you need to do if you want to do a long distance fun event, you should do the Coke 600 full length.
Kill me now.
600 miles.
Yeah, no. The FedEx, the Cup Series 600 is enough. The 300 miles.
Yeah. Yeah, can you imagine 600 miles?
No, I can't.
I actually did it. I did it for NIS last year.
Why?
And it was fun. It was probably the most fun because it's endurance, man. Because you know how I am.
Yeah, I know.
I'm an endurance kind of racer. I enjoy longer runs.
Straight into the wall goes Zane Rahman.
Where you have multiple pit stops a race, or green flag pit stops a race. Where it's not just burn your tires off in 10 laps and you win the race, you know?
Yeah.
But that is a long race though, dude. It's like a 4 or 5 hour long race.
It sounds pretty brutal. I don't know if I'd do that. I don't know if I'd especially host that either. But you never know. Here is the Bryce Benson machine. I mean, if the Cup Series, if like one season's Cup Series Charlotte 600 wasn't falling so close to the real one, I feel like that happens every single season where we have the FedEx Cup Series 600 fall so close to the actual one, which would be the special event, and we might do it one time.
Yeah, I feel like the Coke 600 race every year for the Cup Series of FedEx is one of the most viewed races on YouTube for the series.
Then Ron pitting. For some reason, Richmond was very viewed. I don't really know why.
Richmond is a fun track. It's a good track.
But let's be honest here. The ratings have been up for the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series lately. Daytona and Richmond got a ton of people watching. So really good start to the season so far.
Yeah, they started watching and viewing more because they know I'm going. They hated me.
Wow. I don't know who could hate you.
I don't know. Hopefully nobody. I'm chill with everybody.
Yeah. Maddox Spear just had a bit of an issue here and out in front of the 71 Cole Clausen, but he is still having a phenomenal run. This is Aiden Donahue. This is a Xfinity Series champion, now Grand National Series champion. Over 10 Cup Series wins. Then he got Bryce Benson, one of the better drivers in the Cup Series. Just won his first race in the Daytona 500, and he's running up front with them. mean, this has got to be a huge confidence boost for Maddox Beer. This is exactly what you would want tonight, going into Fontana.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. This is a big confidence boost. And he knows that he's not racing with everybody in the Cup Series tonight, but to be up there with some of these guys tonight it's a big confidence boost going into next week for sure. Because he knows he can get it done.
I mean, yeah, you still got to deal with guys. I'm going to list them off real quick. The guys that aren't here: Jacob Malone, Sean Rowe. Oh, contact here, notable guys at least. Jacob Malone, Sean Rowe, Davian Tobin, Sean Hillquich isn't here either. John Butler was supposed to be here. I don't know why he's not. Jacob Quill isn't here. Havrillis not here. Matthew White isn't here. The defending series champion Braden Hunsicker isn't here. Ashton Miller's not here. Neither is Connor Asbell. Axel Smith isn't here. He's been pretty good as a rookie. Michael Gregory's not here. I mean, there are a lot of drivers that aren't here, but still really having a good run, though.
Well, the GOAT Zane Ramen Noodles is here, so.
Yeah, I guess, even though he's full-time in Grand National. All right,
yeah, Zane
Ramen
Noodles is my GOAT, so.
I know. Maybe we'll get
He's him.
Maybe we'll do a post-race interview coming up later.
Yeah, Zane Ramen Noodles. That's my man. That's my guy. He's cool.
Lap 102 underway in Texas. Been an extremely long green flag run. And Cameron Chandler's bringing it to pit road again. So, I'm not really sure if we're going to get another caution in this one, to be honest. It seemed like a pretty cautionless race.
Ethan, what happened to Fat and Friends United?
I don't really know what's going on with that team. It's always chaotic. They came in and just randomly, in Daytona Speedways, they just randomly won the truck and Grand National races. And then they just haven't done anything since. But I think they're still top 3 in Grand National points.
Wow.
We're having a really interesting season. And how about
this? I was offered a team ownership for Fat and Friends United too. That's the crazy part. Brody Webster, he's that guy, bro.
How about this?
Don't you just love Brody Webster?
Well, he's my podcast co-host now. The new FedEx podcast that we have, the Saturday Sports Shift.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyways, like I was saying. Anyways, how about MNF Racing teammates Cole Clausen and Ethan McMillan? They are running 1-2 in Grand National points right now. Been a really wild Grand National season so far. Here's McMillan to the inside of Donahue, trying to unlap himself for second. Would love to get now around Bryce Benton and then immediately get a caution. That would be game-changing for Cole Clausen. Actually, now he would have to wait a little bit because Cameron Chandler's a lap down. Moving a free pass.
Yeah, speaking of Cole Clausen, he's got fans.
I know. Oh. Pitting, there goes your leader, Bryce Benton to pit road. Pretty conservatively on pit road for the most part, and we'll bring it to his pit stop stall this time by.
Yeah, Cole Clausen, he definitely has some fans. It's definitely the Culvers. That's what it is, you know.
I guess so.
The Culvers is so good.
All right, maybe 4 fresh Goodyear tires for the 9 of Benton. There's Cameron Chandler getting around Ethan McMillan, who's just trotting around here 26 laps down. Honestly, this looks like a field from season 1 in FedEx, where we had, what, like 14 cars in the field? There were 3 cars in the lead lap.
It looks like a typical Martinsville race. By the end of the race, there's only like 5 cars in the field because everybody wrecks out. Speaking of Martinsville, that's the best track we go to.
Well, funny story, we don't go there anymore.
Yeah, well, big mistake by whatever idiot runs FedEx.
Okay. How about this?
First they take away Phoenix, now they take away Martinsville.
Phoenix is back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Phoenix should have been back last year for season 4.
Maddox Beer just passed Aiden Donahue for the race lead. Donahue must have had an issue or a slip up because he's now a second back. And he's pitting this time by. Here we go. All right. Oh,
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why why they would want Martinsville to not be on the schedule. Could you
oh,
ever find a reason why?
oh, maybe it's a couple of records were broken last season in Grand National Cup. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Hey man, it's just it's short track racing.
Mm,
Every
yeah.
time you go to Martinsville, you can guarantee there's gonna be a caution.
One caution, huh? I mean, yeah, there
More
would be a
like
guaranteed
20.
caution, the halfway break.
More like
It's
20.
22. All right, here we go. Battle
Hey,
off pit
you.
road. Aiden Donahue, he's going to lose a lot of time to Bryce Benton. Benton undercuts him, but on the long run, Donahue should have the overcut, a little bit more pace on the longer run.
Yeah, Martinsville's a dream for people that wreck it all the time because they get their damage fixed because they can rely on multiple cautions. You know.
Yeah, I mean, perfect racetrack for a driver like Payson Lindsay.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we even saw him wreck twice tonight already.
Yeah, he just got it in his head. He thought it was Martinsville tonight. That's all.
Yeah. Texas and Martinsville, exact same style of racetrack as Benton unlaps himself around Jacob Quayle, and now will try to chase down his, again, leading Maddox Beard.
Yeah, for all the fans out there watching tonight, I'm going to take over one of the Friday Night Lobbies broadcasts so Ethan Chandler can actually suit up and race.
Oh, God. The only time I've
He's
ever done that in lobbies is the smash to pass. So
And you know what track it's going to be, ladies and gentlemen? It's going to be Martinsville. So
No, we just did Martinsville as a main event. No. There's Gen 6.
Well, we're doing it again. Somebody just donated $500 and said run Martinsville.
Dylan, you should do that. You should donate $500. Maybe I will.
The only way I do that, I would donate $500 if every race of season 5 was Martinsville.
That's, I don't know. It's tempting.
Fine, $1,000, take it or leave it.
I don't think you can do that much. I don't think it lets
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Good.
Bro's gonna put in the FedEx Cup Series Discord. Breaking news: we've been bought out. Every race of this rest of the season is Martinsville.
I mean, I don't know how many people would leave, but. All right. 2 leaders are pitting. Maddox Beard, Jacob Quayle, here they come.
Sean Rowe would love it. Sean Rowe loves Martinsville.
I know. He ran pretty well there in the next gen last season.
Hey, he did. He was up front with me all race.
One of you guys probably should have won that race, but a little bit cleaned out in the end.
Yeah, should have won Homestead too, or should have won the championship for Homestead, but
Yeah.
that was a good battle.
What a race for the championship in Miami last season. Of course, Braden Hunt.
Yeah, I wanted to bring. I was pretty hurt. I wanted to bring that one home for ETR.
Yeah, it would have been back-to-back titles, but so close. You never know. Dylan come back one day.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. I can be persuaded, but I have enjoyed retirement.
Well, a 950 horsepower Gen 4 race car is calling your name.
I think I'll stick to the next gen. I like the next gen's just so beautiful. It races good. I love giving people dirty air.
I don't know if Cameron Chandler agrees.
Yeah, Cameron Chandler, he's the first one that I know wouldn't agree with that. He hates the next gen car. I've never understood why either. Maybe he just needs to get better with the next gen car.
I think you should tell that to him.
Well, I know he's listening to the broadcast. He can hear me. I know Matthew White can too. Which Matthew White likes the next gen car.
He did. Not anymore.
Kind of.
He sent threats to me if I didn't change the car. I thought Cameron was pitting. Nope, he's going to stay out. All right, so here we go. Benton now retakes lead. How about this? Just from the undercut, gets now almost a 5-second lead over Donahue, and Aiden Donahue isn't really even closing up either. So he's got lap traffic with Paul Clausen ahead of him.
Well, I will say this, Ethan. Would you consider drinking big back activities, like drinking like soda or anything? Would you consider that a big back activity, or would you just say food?
If it's you doing it, it's just food. But if it's anyone else like Cameron Chandler, Mason Lindsay, it's big fat.
They're on top of the fat AP polls
Yep.
for a reason.
Those
Yeah.
have to return of where they are.
I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Shout out to the fat AP polls.
Yeah, of course, incredible.
Bring it back. Yeah, bring it back.
Here's Cameron Chandler, the inside of the 71 of Cole Clausen. This race, I don't know what, it's kind of felt like it's gone quick, but it's also felt like it's gone really, really slow. We're coming to 80 to go pretty soon. Well over halfway, obviously. Oh my God, they're going to be 3 wide, 3 lap cars. And right in front of Maddox Beard, oh my goodness, that could have been really bad for the driver of the 18. Nearly a terrible collision. As they head down the front straightaway once again from Texas Motor Speedway. All right, lap 120 is underway here in Texas. Maddox Beer trying to chase down Cameron Chandler. Chandler up the racetrack now. McMillan is 27 laps down still, but props to him, still fighting back. And how about this throwback for Ethan McMillan tonight? That is Greg Biffle's first ever Busch Series start car in the 51. And here is Maddox Beard going to pass Cameron Chandler side by side, and he passes his teammate for 3rd place. Door back in a 1 and 2, and Maddox having such an impressive night here at Texas. He's been the most impressive driver, most unexpected to run this well tonight. And this has to be just an insane confidence booster heading into Fontana, where he ran last season in the Cup Series. Unfortunately, got crashed on the final lap, and then we had that unbelievable finish. And Cameron's pitting again. Oh, and he's retiring.
Boo.
Wow. Quitter. That now leaves Bryce Benson leading the race. 2nd place, Aiden Donahue.
Ethan, hold it down for me. I'll be right back. I'm going to go grab a drink. I might be a big back and get me something to eat, too.
Yep. Let's do that. Bryce Benton now continues to lead 3.4 seconds over Aiden Donahue running in 2nd. This has been a very interesting race. A race of attrition, if you will. A lot of green flag running. Not a lot of cars left running on lap 123. And Donahue, he's actually starting to run down Bryce Benton here. 3.2 seconds the gap. It was over 4 seconds at one point, about 10 or so laps ago. Benton across the line yet again here in Texas. Cameron Chandler. I don't really know what's going on there. Back to 1 and 2 goes Aiden Donahue. So there are only now, 7 cars running on the racetrack, and my goodness, Maddox Beard had a big moment. Nearly lost that race car. Here's the 51 of Ethan McMillan as well. Of course, it's a fun race, obviously, tonight, but also remembering the lives of everyone that we've lost, most notably, of course, Greg Biffle and his family. Doing that well with all these Greg Biffle tribute paint schemes tonight, especially here at the 51 of Ethan McMillan. Got that, of course, like I said, 1996 Rockingham Portland car. Very unusual car. You don't really ever see this for a Greg Biffle tribute. Only Ethan McMillan would run something like this. That's why I love the paint schemes that Ethan McMillan brings, especially his throwbacks. Probably the most random things you can think of. Like, I don't know, some random 25th place finisher from 1985. He brings a throwback to the racetrack. It's pretty cool. Bryce Benson continues to lead, but the gap, again, closing. 2.4 seconds between him and Aiden Donahue. This is getting close. Buckle up. Next maybe 10 or so laps, Aiden's going to be there. This pace continues. Maybe Bryce just backing it down a little bit. Still a little bit late, ways to go in this race. Well over halfway into the later stages of this one, but still time to go. Coming very close to a full race NASCAR, full length NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series race. Seconds the gap. Is Bryce trying to save anything? They're gonna still have to pit. All right. Coming to 70 laps to go at Texas Motor Speedway in the Greg Biffle Tribute Race. Been some hard-fought action, exactly what Greg would have loved to see tonight. We've had some good laughs in the booth. Been a pretty fun night all around. Some attrition. Good race, to say the least, even though not a lot of cars left running in the end of this one, but we're going to hopefully have a good battle coming up between Aiden Donahue and Bryce Benson. That's the main feature. Got to stay around for that, for the win. There's Bryce down the front straightaway. There's Aiden as well. Showtime trying to chase down Benton. Last caution was over just about 100 laps ago. So we've been running green for a long time now. Donahue is closing in maybe about a 10th a lap. That's what it would take 17 laps for him to get there. He would obviously get there before the end of the race. We still have a pit stop though to come for these guys, so gonna be interesting. Gonna be very, very hardly contested at the front of the field as this race continues to wear on. Benton trying to hold on for this win would be hopefully a big one for him. Lap 135 across the line for Bryce Benton. We're officially over. This would have been the checkered flag if this was a real NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series race right there. Race would have been over. Not in this special event tonight. We go longer than that. 65 laps longer, in fact. 66 laps longer, I should say. Now the gap is kind of, I don't know, it's been staying even between Aiden Donahue and Bryce Benson. Riding along with Donahue, you can look at the, let's just, I guess ride along with the helmet cam, just see how much he's fighting it through the corners. Oh my god, he's going to be so easy on that gas. Finally tries to punch it down the back straightaway. Doesn't look like he's fighting it too much. Seems pretty stable, maybe save it a little bit here. Aiden Donahue is definitely known for calm, cool, and collected driving. So they head back into 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway goes Benson. Second, Donahue. Third now is Maddox Beard, of course. Jake Quayle still runs fourth. Cole Clausen still runs fifth, but 2 laps down. Zane Ramon still holding on to the 6th place. McMillan, I believe, is still on the racetrack. 27 laps down. Here's the 51 car. .9 seconds the gap now. Donahue maybe beginning to fall off the pace a little bit to Bryce Benson as this run continues. Back into the race car, starting to slide around ever so slightly. 2 seconds now the gap. Benton just trying to maybe ever so slightly pull away as this run goes on. It's a good time we go to crank it up with 60 laps to go in Texas. Listen to these engines scream. Oh! Maddox Beard goes around down the front straightaway. The caution is out. Oh my goodness, that changes just about everything. Caution, 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 caution. Wow. Around goes Maddox Beard, and he has big damage upon that 18 car. This is the first caution in over 100 laps, and happens on lap 145, the third caution of the day. Let's take a look what happened. We're on board with, it was, of course, 14 is Jacob Quayle. Let's see what happened with Maddox Beard. So he's racing with Quayle. Quayle just loses it down the front straightaway. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Obviously still has that reset if he can bring it to pit road. But not what he wants to see at all. I don't think there was contact or anything. Didn't look like it. Oh, the caution's out here. Changes a lot now. Car's going to bring it to pit road. All right. Here we go. It's going to be close. I don't know if it's going to be the final pit stop or not. It's going to be very, very close. Here they come. To pit road. Led by Bryce Benson. Clausen gets a lap back here. He'll be now 1 lap down. I think Beard, he's going to be good. He should just get his reset here. But how will this battle on pit road go out between Bryce Benton and Aiden Donahue? Unexpected caution. First caution in over 100 laps. Oh, we got a crash. Around goes McMillan. Here they come. Got to be a really good stop here. Let's see what Donahue can do back there. Bryce Benton, they're all going to take 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Beard gets his reset. Same thing with Quayle. Could be maybe a 4-car battle. Here they come off pit road. It's going to be Benton over Donahue pretty easily. Third will be Jacob Quayle. Fourth, Maddox Beard. Fifth place is Cole Clausen. He's a lap down now. He's going to want another caution to come out. All right. Caution for the first time in 110 laps here in Texas. Told you long runs were going to be really insane tonight. They have been. So coming to choose this time by once Zanerman just passes the lap car. No, Donahue coming back down pit road. How about that? Not really sure what's going on here. This is going to be the choose now. He's going to fall back to 4th. Benson goes inside. Quayle goes inside. Now that gives the front row to the 18 of Maddox Beard. He just wrecked, I think. He's going to be, I think, moving up to the front row. All right. Donahue now rolls back on the racetrack. Not exactly 100% sure why he pitted there. We're going to get ready for this restart anyways. Donahue going to restart 4th. He's got some lap cars now in between him, so here we go. Only 1 car going to restart on the outside. That'll be Maddox Beard. Here we go for the restart again in Texas. See what kind of jump Bryce Benton in the 9 can get. We're back to green. There's Maddox Beard side by side with Quayle. iRacing kind of broke itself. Sorry about that. Maddox Beard into 2nd. There is Quayle in 3rd. There's the 51. That's Ethan McMillan, of course, the lap down. Here's the 82 of Donahue. You're going to have to just try to power around him as they head down the back straightaway in the 3 and 4. The racetrack goes. McMillan side by side with his teammate Cole Clausen. Now, I don't understand why Donahue pitted there. Maybe to top up, but how much more can you top up? I don't know. Back to 3 and 4 they go. Donahue now going to be coming to 50 laps to go. Can he run down Bryce Benton? He's also got to pass drivers like Maddox Beard and Jacob Quayle. So they head back through 1 and 2. Here in Texas. Still got the 71 of Cole Clausen on his bumper. Oh, Clausen loose in the bottom, that 71 machine. Right in front of his teammate, Ethan McMillan. Maddox Beard is starting to keep pace with Bryce Benton. He is really solid on the short run. Not so good on the long run, unfortunately for him, but can he try to run down his teammate for the lead? Just, of course, wrecked. And gets their reset, with there being not a lot of cars in this race now. He's up here battling for the lead all of a sudden. Pretty unique circumstances for special events. Oh, he's going to nearly move his teammate. My goodness. Sent it deep into the corner. Moves Benton way up the racetrack, and he takes the lead. New leader in Texas, Maddox Beard. How about that? Benson, is he going to be very happy about that? These two are friends off the racetrack. Now under fire. How about this? Aiden Donahue with Cole Clausen. Donahue maybe just trying to save? I don't know. But Clausen Stu's outside. Back through 1 and 2. Beard now has the race lead. They go side by side down this backstretch. On the outside goes, oh my goodness. Still though, door to door down this front straightaway. Of course, not for position. Clausen still a lap down. Wants a caution soon, so he can get back on the lead lap of the free pass. And now, the 82 of Donahue is now behind Cole Clausen. He's 3.3 seconds back on your leader, Maddox Beard. He's trying to pull away from Bryce Benton. How about this? Beard wrecks. It helps him now. This is crazy. Benton is almost, I think he is coasting. I think. Let's ride along and listen. Yeah, he's coasting. Obviously, fuel is very, very tight. That's probably why Beard caught him. Now he's pulling away. It's going to be interesting to the end. I don't know if Aiden's doing the same. Not really sure. Should be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Aiden's slow as well, trying to maybe save. I don't think he's saved quite as much as Bryce Benton because he had that top off. But yeah, it's interesting. We'll see how this goes for the rest of the day. McMillan now trying to pass the 82. Fuel is close. Who's going to make it? Do we get any more cautions? We obviously had that caution that came out all of a sudden after a 110 lap green flag run, which is extremely long in a place like Texas. Benton coasting throughout the corners. Does it again, back into 3 and 4. Beard, I don't think he's doing that at all. He is pushing that thing as well, very hard. That is actually probably what happened. I think Bryce probably coasted back into 1 and 2. Then Maddox didn't expect it. Then he got obviously to the back of him. I don't think it was anything intentional. They're obviously, oh God, big moment there from Maddox Beard, but like I said, they're teammates, and they're friends off the track as well. So, don't think it was anything intentional there. Lap 160 this time by 41 laps remain in Texas. Maddox Beard, what an upset win this would be. I don't know if it's possible. Anything's possible, obviously, but on this strategy, I don't think it would be possible. You never know. Is he now saving? I heard Benton coast, obviously, but let's ride along with Beard to see what's going on. He is sideways. No coast at all for Maddox Beard. I mean, they're both on the same fuel strategy. They're basically. So I think Maddox Beard is probably short, hoping for a caution. Bryce Benton playing the long game. Jake Quayle just running there in 3rd. Having a quiet but really good day. Don't think he's coasting or anything. Don't think even Donahue is coasting. He's just running pretty well off the pace. I think the only one that's coasting is Benton. Saving a lot is Donahue. I don't really know what the other two are doing. Kind of just running flat out for Maddox Beard. Quayle, not flat out, but not slow or anything. I think Donahue picked up the pace. Yes, he did. See what he can do now. Under 40 laps to go in Texas. And they're side by side, 2 lap cars. Feeling almost in the grass a little bit. Door to door, 2 Greg Biffle cars. Teammates back at a 1 and 2. Benton trying to catch the 18 to Maddox Beard. Is Beard saving now? I feel like I heard something like that. I don't know. Very interesting game. Let's listen again. Nope. Just Benton. Yep, nope, not even in the 3 and 4 either. Benton, I think, is doing it in both corners. Obviously, has to be on the gas off corner exit, but other than that, he is saving a lot. How long can Maddox Beard run? And can Benton save enough fuel? This is a very interesting situation we get up front. Ooh, bit of a moment there for Beard in the 18 car. Benton coasts yet again. He's been doing this the last 15 or so laps. Ever since we went back green. Here's Donahue. He's been up to pace now, I think. Starting to run down these top 3. And it said that of course, he had that thing where he topped back up, lost positions on pit road. It could pay off. He might have gotten the "you're good" fuel number. Benton still hasn't gotten that, so he's got to be looking in his mirror. Got to be careful. At 167 underway in Texas. Ooh, Beard starting to slide around in front of the 9 of Benton. That car is loose. He's been pushing it ever since the green flag. Took the lead, of course. He's led a lot of laps tonight. All things considered. But might not be there when it matters the most. Benton, though, continues to coast back into 3 and 4. And now, here is Aiden Donahue calling up to Jacob Quayle. Battle for 3rd. Beginning to heat up. Haven't seen a whole lot of saving out of the 14 car, but we have seen a good amount of saving the first 15 or so laps of this run for Aiden Donahue. It looks like now he's gotten all the green light to push. Now, will Benton, he's definitely got, he's seeing in his mirror, looking at his relative, he sees Donahue coming. He's gonna have to try to save as much as he possibly can. But once Donahue is there, you can't really save any much. My God. Oh! Beard on the wall. That's going to give him the lead, it looks like. Yes, it will. Maddox Beard, big mistake there. Into the wall pretty hard. And Bryce Benton now has the lead. Pretty good. It's not bad at all for Benton. Now we can try to coast. He's got 2 cars in a buffer with him, Donahue. Donahue's all over the back bumper of Jacob Quayle, heading back into 3 and 4. In the dirty air of him a little bit, though. Can't find a way around him just yet. It's showtime. Trying to run down and pass the 14s to the inside of him. Back in the 1 and 2. He is there on Jacob Quayle. Now Benson's got to be really thankful Beard hit the wall there and gave him a buffer. Donahue to 3rd. Benton is still saving as much as he possibly can. 29 to go this time by. Beard is struggling. Not handling the race car. He's gone away again. But 1 second's the gap between Bryce Benton and Aiden Donahue. So they head back into 1 and 2. Ooh, moment there out of the 82 of Donahue. He got loose. He's trying to go close to the bumper again on Maddox Beard. For 2nd. Yo, he's going to get the 18 loose up the racetrack. And they're side by side down the front straightaway for P2. Benton had to hope that 18 car held him up a little bit more, but now he is clear in second place, and the gap is 1.2, now 1.1 seconds. As Benton just maybe has to coast a couple of more times, but once Donahue gets there, he can't really coast anymore. He's got to go. So obviously Aiden got the green light. He's good on fuel. Benton, not so much just yet. It's got to be really close, though. He's no longer coasting. Back to full song. 1.2 seconds the gap. Fuel saving is over for the top two cars for the most part. Now that's going to be a battle to the end. 1.2 seconds, like we said, coming to 26 laps to go this time by. Beard. Not exactly sure what just happened to him. I don't really know. He just blinked for some reason. Oh, he just spun out. Wow, Maddox Beard around. What just happened to the 18? Let's take a look. Oh, he pitted. Yeah, he pitted. Actually, that was the reason he lost all that time and went a lap down. But then he spins, I think, off pit road. Yeah, he wasn't good on fuel, and that's exactly what happened. That's going to be night over for the win, unless he gets some lucky cautions here at the end. Just don't seem extremely likely the way this thing's going. Still low gap, 1.2 seconds, maybe 1.3. 25 laps to go in Texas. Ooh, Benton, a bit of a moment there. That's going to be gain for a little bit out of Aiden Donahue here. Heading back to 1 and 2. Donahue doing everything he can to try to run down that 9 machine of Bryce Benton. And anything could happen. We saw a random caution come out after 110 laps of green flag running before. You never know. You're back on the racetrack. We'll be quick on those fresh tires for a little bit. 1.3 seconds. Still the gap. Again, Benton pulls away that lap time by 1.6 seconds the gap. Donahue just does not have enough. Benton just was able to save enough with Donahue having to pass those race cars. Very interesting strategy by both these guys, and it looks like, for now, working out in Bryce Benton's favor. These two drivers have been so close on pace all day, but Benton's kind of had the upper hand on Aiden Donahue. Something you don't really see every day. Donahue's got a lot of competition, especially in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series this season. You're seeing it right now in special events. About 20 laps to go in this season's Greg Biffle Tribute Race at Texas. Donahue there running in second place. Now here is fresh tires in the 18 of Maddox Beard. He is just going to roll around these two. Probably just going to let him go. That was actually poor position with him and Clausen. 4th place. Clausen beginning to struggle up the racetrack. He goes. 9 to Benton. I think McMillan's still on the racetrack. I mean, props to McMillan. He has not given up. He's been over 20 laps down for about 150 laps tonight. And he's just been on the racetrack, going, showing off his paint scheme. still keeping somewhat of good pace. So props to them. Side-by-side battle here between 71 and Clausen and the one Rahman. It's not poor position though. So you get back to the 3 and 4. Clausen at the racetrack. Rahman going to go right to the inside of him. Take that spot away. You got to be careful going to the grass. Saw that on lap 1 be an accident. Now back to the inside crossover for Cole Clausen. Oh, Clausen really made contact with Rahman as they head down the back straightaway again. Look up front. Now 1 second the gap. Donahue in these last few laps has kind of reeled them in. A couple of tenths. Does he have enough with under 17 to go? Benton is saving again. He got the red light. That is big. Wow. Donahue, I don't think is saving. We'll listen. Let's ride along and take a listen. Nope. Not at all. Benton, though, I think he is saving all of a sudden. It took about 15 or so laps off from it, and then once he saw Donahue was closing in his mirror, and now has to save again. Donahue had a bit of a moment there. Benton coast once again back in the 3 and 4. Donahue is full song. Can Donahue take this opportunity to try to run down Bryce Benton, coming at 15 laps to go? How long does Benton have to coast? That's a long coast back at a 1 and 2. Loses almost a tenth that time by. But has a pretty good corner exit. I mean, all things considered, Bryce is doing a really good job trying to manage this. Isn't losing a ton of time like you think he would be. Comes Clausen back on the racetrack after pitting. .14 laps to go in Texas. Once again, still coasting out of Bryce Benton here. Been a lot of coasting going on lately for the 9 car, but he's still holding on to a 9/10 of a second lead here. His laps continue to try and wind down. Yep, Donahue even at full song. He is still loose and almost hitting the wall. Hasn't closed up anything recently. And Benton is still continuing to coast. This is very lucky for Bryce Benton. I'm shocked Aiden Donahue hasn't been able to close that gap up. I mean, it's only very lucky if Bryce can make it to the end. We got to think about that. If there is a way that he can't coast enough and can't save enough, and all of a sudden he runs out with maybe like 1 or 2 to go, that changes everything. Aiden Donahue goes around him to win the race. So, not over till it's over. We've seen that so many times. Caution can come out, change everything again like it did earlier. I mean, you never know. Aiden Rahman on fresh tires is going to maybe try to make something happen here. Go around Aiden Donahue. All right. I don't know how much Aiden's going to appreciate this. The outside goes Rahman. And obviously just flies straight around him on those fresh tires. Nothing as the lead car you can really do. And he's going to get loose from that. Bryce likes to see that in this mirror until Zane comes to pass him. And same thing with Cole Clausen. This is not going good for Aiden Donahue, but good thing is for him, Bryce Benton will have to deal with these two as well. Oh, and Clausen in the wall a little bit. Then Aiden loses about 4/10 from that. But Benton would lose the same, I would think. Unless he catches them in better spots 10 to go. His exit is going to be very compromised now. Not a good exit there from Bryce Benton as they head down the back straightaway, and Cole Clausen as well is coming there. And he's got Rahman still to his outside back into 3 and 4. Here comes Clausen. Might just have to let these two go. Doesn't get caught up in anything. Coming to 9 to go. 1.3 seconds the gap. With 9 laps remaining. Next up the racetrack a little bit. Once again, they're 1 and 2. Can he coast and save enough, and can he hold on to the lead? Second option, doing pretty well at holding on to this race lead, but can he coast enough? That's the bigger question at this point. If not, can Aiden Donahue take advantage of it? I mean, he is coasting for a lot. I mean, let's ride along with him. He is coasting for an insane amount of time. Riding with the helmet cam. And listen. That's midway through the corner. I mean, he lifts before the corner and gets on the gas again. Now half the corner, he is coasting. That's more than he was doing before. It's almost over half the corner. Complete coast. Look at that. Yeah, that's past one. I mean, that's into two. And he starts coasting before the corner even starts, but he's still holding on to the lead. How about that? Donnie has not been able to capitalize on this with 7 to go. Still coasting on the last 6 laps of this race. Doing everything he can. Donnie trying to find a little bit of a different lineup there. Loses time though, 1.5 seconds the gap. This is so interesting to see. Bryce trying to save every drop of fuel to the end here. Coming up 5 laps to go. Does he have enough to make it? Been a grueling lap, a grueling race so far tonight at Texas. 200 lapper tonight. Been a lot of race of attrition, a lot of cars DNFing in this one. We're in the final 5 laps of the Greg Biffle tribute race. Been a really solid and entertaining one, all things considered. A lot of strategy going on. A couple of big moments, couple of 3 wide, we had a 4 wide action, 4 wide moment at one point in this race. Now we got a fuel strategy race at the end where we're seeing if the leader Bryce Benton can hold on, or can Aiden Donahue capitalize on maybe running out of fuel in the final maybe lap or so and win the race himself. So much coast out of the 9 car. Half the corner, he's off the gas completely and not even having the engine on. 3.5 laps to go. Donahue still 1.67 seconds back. Losing time to the coasting Benton. Bryce Benton got suspended for next week in Fontana in the NASCAR iRacing FedEx Cup Series. Of course, he won the Daytona 500 this season. Huge win, huge first ever win. Biggest win you can get in the Cup Series in the league entirely. This one obviously wouldn't be nearly as big, not even close, but still would be a good momentum boost, especially now having the service suspension would be very important for him. Coming at 2 to go now. Two seconds the gap. He is still holding on to a gap. Even if he runs out on the final lap, he could maybe, I don't know. Obviously, if he runs down here down the front straightaway coming this time by, he would run out and then lose the race, but we'll see. He's no longer coasting. He's good to the end, and we're coming to the white flag this time by. Benton is good. He got the green light. White flag in the air one more time around Texas. Lap 200 goes underway. Final lap for Bryce Benton. What a race of strategy. Beating Aiden Donahue, the 2.5 seconds the gap. Aiden trying to do everything he can back there. But Bryce just trying to bring it home on fumes as he heads down the back straightaway. What a race of attrition it's been so far. Been such an interesting one. He is suspended for the Cup Series, but he's going to see the checker flag tonight, and he'll do it for the Biff. Bryce Benton wins the Greg Biffle Tribute Race in Texas. What a race. On fumes, he gets the job done. Aiden Donahue comes home second. Jacob Quayle will finish in third. Not too many cars there at the end of the race, obviously. Big race of attrition, 200 laps complete at Texas Motor Speedway. And Bryce Benton wins tonight. First ever special event win for Bryce Benton. Probably the second biggest win in his league career. Obviously, nothing's going to beat the Daytona 500 unless he wins the Cup Series championship. Also won an Xfinity race last season, which is not Grand National, obviously, but still, this is a special event. I know there's not a lot of drivers left running at the end of this one, but he was able to just hold on to the end there on fuel. Bryce Benton wins at Texas. And here we go McMillan and Clausen. Benton's going to burn it down. What a win for the driver of the 9. He does it for the Biff. Wins in Texas. What a long, grueling race in Texas Motor Speedway, and that will do it. Pretty fun one, though. Good racing earlier on. We had 4 wide action. We had some early race crashes, a couple of cautions early, and then we had 110 lap green flag run with multiple green flag pit stops, and then a fuel save race to the end of the race there. Pretty solid one overall. I mean, I really thoroughly enjoyed that one. We had Dylan Banks in the booth here for over half the race. That was fun. And very, very, very nice tribute race for Greg Biffle and everyone that we've lost recently in the NASCAR community. Hopefully they're looking down on us right now, and hopefully they enjoyed that one. Bryce Benton, though, wins this special event at Texas in the Gen 4 car. I mean, what an interesting time it's been for Bryce recently. Won the Daytona 500, the peak of his career, until he wins a championship in the Cup Series. That's guaranteed. Then Richmond, a terrible race, gets suspended. Now the special event in the off week wins, but now he's suspended for Fontana next week. So it's really an up and down roller coaster season 5 so far in the league for Bryce Benton. And that'll do it in Texas. What a night. Wow. All right. Well, post-race interviews are coming up tonight. I don't know how many we're going to have. Obviously, nowhere near as much as usual, with it being such a small amount of cars left running here at the end of the race. But we'll have some post-race interviews coming up. Most notably with your winner, Bryce Benton. He'll get the job done tonight. Very deserved win there at the end of the race. Was able to hold on. And that'll do it. I didn't realize how late it was. 12 o'clock in the morning already. My goodness. All right. First of all, your winner, Bryce Benton. Bryce Benton, it was a long, grueling race of attrition here. A lot of drivers DNF'd in this one, but you kept your head in it. You beat Aiden Donahue. You somehow save enough fuel, and you win the race. Very, very impressive win there. Beating a guy like Donahue and then taking home the checker flag. You're faster than him all day long. Take me through maybe that last run trying to save fuel.
Yeah, I was frustrated when I got the yellow because 1, I lost that lead I had, and 2, I didn't really want to go to fuel saving, because I don't know, I had my whole strategy kind of planned out, and yeah, but I was able to fuel save, and I actually I got to the point where I was like 3 laps to the good, and then I burned through it in 5 laps. So then I had to go back to fuel saving. I just did it for basically the whole rest of the run to make sure I would be able to make it. But yeah, it was a pretty fun race, and yeah, I'm just overall really a good performance and glad we got the win.
Were you surprised after you had the star fuel saving there right at the end of the race? Were you surprised Aiden really wasn't able to catch up and even lost a lot of time there at the end?
Yeah, a little bit. It was similar to how it was most of the race, but he was gaining for a while, and then he dropped off. So it was interesting. I was worried he would catch me after I had to start fuel saving again, because yeah, he was starting to catch up a lot, and then in the end, I started to pull away. But yeah, it was definitely still. I mean, having Aiden Donahue behind you, it can put a little bit of pressure on, but able to get the win. So yeah.
So how much different did this race overall feel, though? Of course, 200 laps. Usually, cup mile and a half race is 134 with a halfway break. No halfway break at all. You had 110 laps, straight green flag running at one point. I mean, like, what kind of different feeling was that? I know it wasn't nearly as big as a field, but what was it like?
Yeah, I mean, it was honestly nice. I do like doing the longer races. And I don't know. I do wish we could see some of these group flag runs in the FedEx Cup Series. I'm sure we will sometime this season, but obviously nowhere near that long because of the halfway breaks and stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's really nice to have green flag runs, especially after what happened at Richmond. It's a little refreshing, but yeah, it's overall it's I feel like it's a lot more fun when we get the green flag runs.
So, of course, last question here. It has been a wild roller coaster last month or so for you guys in the league. Of course, peak of your career so far in the Cup Series, winning the Daytona 500, the biggest race in the league all season for your first ever Cup win. Then not a very good one in Richmond. You get unfortunately suspended for Fontana, but then you win tonight at Texas. But now you got that suspension to serve next week. I mean, like, what are your thoughts at this point?
Yeah, I wish it had the suspension because now I have a lot of momentum going into Fontana. I mean, at least I could do the Grand National race, but still, yeah, it kind of sucks because Fontana is also one of my better tracks, and I'd like to redeem myself from last season. But yeah, I guess is what it is. I guess can't be it could be deserved after how Richmond went, and Richmond was just absolutely horrible, but I was able to bounce back at least after the break, Christmas break, and yeah, it's overall been I guess it's been a good week because we also won iCar, so yeah, it's been a pretty good week.
All right, Bryce. So, of course, congrats on the very successful weekend. Of course, the win here in this special event, doing it for the Biff. And we'll see you in the Grand National race on Wednesday in Fontana.
Yep.
That was Bryce Benton. Coming up next will be Aiden Donahue. Aiden Donahue, you guys will finish second, but it looked like Bryce Benson kind of just had the upper hand barely on you guys all day long. He was saving there at the end. Are you surprised you really weren't able to run him down there?
Uh, Considering how it is this week with fixed races, and the officials, yeah, I mean, just the top didn't work at all. You were only able to really stay wrapped around the bottom, and if you didn't, you were gonna lose time. I mean, you could like get to the bottom a different way to gain time, but you just really couldn't commit to a different lane like I was hoping we would. But nonetheless, 200 laps in the books with this car, more practice for next Thursday.
Well, yeah, of course, next Thursday, obviously, Fontana, one of your favorite racetracks. You've won there in the past, but first race at Fontana with this Gen 4 car. I mean, what is your excitement level for that? Coming to that one is the points leader, trying to extend your points lead with maybe your first win of the year.
That's definitely going to be a good one. I can tell you that. Everyone's going to be everywhere. You can run, it seems like 400 different lines at that racetrack, and I think we're going to be flying. We're going to be going like 210 in turn one, so that's going to be fun. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to that. Uh, Being able to race against everybody else again, have more of a crowd this time, and um, yeah, get like 8 wide going into turn one.
So, of course, I asked this to Bryce. What is it like one of these longer races, especially? You can't do this. This doesn't happen in the Cup Series, obviously, with the races only being 134 laps. 200 laps tonight. You had a 110 lap green flag run almost. Like, how much different is that, even with less cars?
Uh, Running for that long, even if you're testing it, I'm aching. I'm hurting. My shoulders are tight and everything. It takes a toll on you a little bit, but you kind of just lose track of lap count after a while, and then all of a sudden that your guy says 10 to go, and you're like, oh crap, okay, cool. Unless you're trying to run Bryce down like I was, but you kind of just forget about it, but it hurts the next day, that's for sure.
All right, Aiden. Well, of course, great job finishing second here tonight. Some good momentum heading into Fontana next week, and we'll see you on Thursday.
Yes, sir.
Coming up next, gonna be Jacob Whale. Jacob Quayle, good finish for you guys. You were pretty quiet all day, but you kept it clean all night long. A lot of drivers had those issues. You were involved in nothing tonight. Obviously, you finished third in this race behind Benton and Donahue, two of obviously very, very good drivers in the Cup Series, especially. So, give me your thoughts on this one towards the end.
Yeah, Bryce Benton and Aiden Donahue are fast. Holy cow. But yeah, I really struggled at the end of that last long run. So going into Fontana, gonna have to figure some stuff out. But it's good to get some practice without hurting myself in points or anything. And I mean, it's a clean race for me, and that's really about all.
Obviously, oh, sorry.
Not you're good.
Obviously, not nearly as many cars in this race as a normal Cup race, but some still pretty good practice. Do you guys think you learned anything that you can use throughout the rest of this Cup Series season at tracks like this?
I mean, yeah, just honestly, just having experience, just understanding what adjustments I need to make, and just yeah, I just need to practice more and figure out some of the adjustments for the race, and should be should be able to do better, I think. Maybe. I don't really know. It'll be interesting at Fontana. I'm excited.
All right, Jacob. Well, of course, good job finishing third tonight, and we will see you in Fontana next Thursday.
Yeah. Good night.
Coming up next, going to be Colt Clausen. Colt Clausen, this was a very interesting race. Obviously, a lot of retirements in this one. You guys somehow wheel your way to a top five after I feel like you pitted 30,000 times in that final green flag run, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, how about a top five finish here?
Yeah, that was interesting to say the least. That doesn't seem like a lot of people wanted to pay tribute to Greg Biffle, unfortunately. But me and Ethan did. Even though Ethan had a little bit of problems, I'm not going to say what problems he had because he'd probably get a little bit mad at me if I did. So, but yeah, at the end of the day, the results don't matter. It was all about honoring Greg and all of his family that tragically passed away. So yeah, we're doing it for the Biff tonight, and gave her a good old top five finish. So yeah, just really happy with our run, and hopefully we can go on to Auto Club this upcoming week in the FedEx Series and have some good runs there.
Yeah, of course, Fontana. Thinking about that, I saw your paint scheme, of course, for the Grand National race. Another pretty similar car to what you ran tonight for Grand National next week. Of course, what a start for your Grand National campaign for you and your teammate Ethan McMillan. 1-2 in the points. How do you think you can keep that going?
Yeah, I think we can definitely keep the momentum rolling. We've been really strong so far. Our move to Xfinity has been a great decision. So hopefully we can just keep up the momentum, and yeah, things are looking really good for McMillan right now. But pretty sure I'm in like a 3 or 4 way tie for second. But if we get a good run at Fontana, I think we'll probably still be 1-2 at the end of the day.
All right, Cole. Of course, nice job on the run tonight, finishing fifth, and we will see you on Wednesday for the Grand National race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Ethan McMillan up next. No, it's Zane Román up next. Zane Román, you guys will finish in sixth tonight. With all the issues you had, you guys were able to keep it on the racetrack there, and you will still finish in sixth, even though it is 5 laps down. But you take advantage of so many drivers retiring in this one tonight. So, give me some of your thoughts.
Yeah, Ethan, like after that lap 6 incident with Cameron, it was just basically just fight with what you had. And well, that's what we did. We just kept it going, just let the drivers retire from one by one, and then ended up P6. I mean, for a field of 14, it's not bad, but to me, I felt like we could have done a lot more better than that.
Well, we go to Fontana next week. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first ever time your whole official team made their first appearance. I believe you sponsored Payson Lindsay's car. He was involved, that insane, obviously 4 wide finish in the Cup race, one of the most iconic Cup Series finishes of all time. I mean, what is it like going back to a track where it started it all, and now you're having obviously so much more going for you guys, and that the whole now 2 teams in both Cup and Grand National.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy to think like how big the team has expanded and went since last season at Fontana. So yeah, I'm really thankful for Pace and like to get me started on all this. He was the reason why I started racing in the first place. So hopefully, maybe when I get back to my home track in Fontana, I can probably finish what he started there, either in Xfinity or Cup. So I hope to do that.
All right, Stan. Well, good luck throughout the Wednesday and Thursday Grand National and Cup races next week in Auto Club.
Thank you.
Final interview of the day going to be Ethan McMillan. Ethan McMillan, props to you. You had for some reason went 30 laps down. You came back and you will finish in 7th tonight. I mean, you wheeled this thing for what 150 laps while being 30 laps, like 20 something laps down. I mean, props to you finishing the race. Like, what was it like? Just I don't know, just racing.
Well, for one, I got 30 laps down because I had to leave. I think it was like 10 laps in. I had a stomach issue I couldn't really handle anymore, so I was not very comfortable with that off the start. So I had to leave and then come back. I think I came back 27 laps down, 28 laps down. So I didn't lose that many more laps in the actual race while driving. But I feel like the car felt really nice. I of course, being 30 laps down wasn't exactly the funnest experience, but I had some good racing in it. Really, the way the rubber came in, that was totally different. Usually in our races, there's not enough tire fall off for the track to actually feel different, but a line actually wore in. So that was fun when we're racing with other people. The only real issue I had the whole race, I guess, was Maddox Beard mowing me down in the fence on the front straightaway for no reason. But other than that, I mean, the race was pretty good, I would say. So, yeah, I guess it was pretty good to come home 7th after all that, I guess, is what I should be saying.
Well, of course, Grand National has been the big talk for you guys. Of course, leading the Grand National points 2 races in. We go to a track like Fontana, which could be a pretty good opportunity for you guys to hold that points lead. Do you think you guys can do it in the Grand National after next week?
Yeah, I think we'll be able to continue it. Fontana is always a good track, at least for me. I think I've had some bad luck there in Cup, but I think I've only ran one Xfinity race there, and I think it went pretty well. But yeah, I think so.
All right, Ethan. Well, of course, good job finishing the race here. Better motivation than guys
Chaotic
like
one.
Cameron Chandler, who just DNF for no reason.
I believe he hit the wall and rage quit is what happened.
Unbelievable. Anyways.
So, yeah.
Anyways, we'll see you next Wednesday where you try to defend your points lead in Fontana and Grand National.
All right, thank you.
And that will do it. What a race to tribute the Biff. We hope you enjoyed NASCAR iRacing FedEx special events here tonight. Congratulations to Bryce Benton on the win. What a race. That'll do it. I'm not really sure when the next special events would be. I don't really know. We took a year and a half off for this one. So God knows when the next one's going to be. But anyways, we're going to see you next week. We're finally back with Grand National Cup after 2 weeks away at Fontana. It's going to be one of the most anticipated race weeks of the season. So we'll see you next week starting on Wednesday for Grand National at Auto Club Speedway. Good night in Texas. And